Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the morning kickoff with the unbiased Tony. I am your host, Tony, aka Low Tone Tony. While we get the panel settled, we're going directly to Carolina's change backfield plan. All right. Chuba, Chuba Hubbard is week to week. Jonathon Brooks and Trevor Etienne will receive the first team opportunities tomorrow against Buffalo. AJ Dillon will be available. Carolina can divide Chuba Hubbard's carries three ways. The harder question is whether it can divide his trust, especially when one missed protection can expose Bryce Young against Buffalo's starting defense. All right. But before we get into that, we're gonna go over some quick injury news. Let's see what we have here. All right, the Panthers injury and availability update. Chuba Hubbard is week to week now with the hamstring. Dave Canales did mention, said that he hopes to have Chuba ready for the regular season opener, but they will be smart with the recovery. All right. Jonathon Brooks is scheduled to start against Buffalo with Trevor Etienne also receiving first team work. And again, AJ Dillon will be available. All right. Haynes King is still out. You know, he was not scheduled to play this week against Buffalo. Against Buffalo. So he will be out again with his hamstring injury. Darren Waller is expected to officially make the signing Wednesday. Reports that I read earlier that they wanted to wait till after the Buffalo preseason game. That way, when they make the signing official, he'll have a full week to practice leading up to next week's preseason game. Okay. So that was what we have available for the injury and availability update. All right. So we're going to get into it in chat. You're going to be my panel right now until someone joins me this morning. Matter of fact, let me drop the link of the chat. I mean, of the let me drop the link into the chat real quick. Sure, I'm sorry, sounding all kind of confused this morning. Let me drop the link right here in the chat so anybody that want to come up and join the panel, they can. But can Carolina preserve its offense without Chuba Hubbard? All right. So the facts first. Hubbard recorded 134 carries for 511 yards on one rushing touchdown in 2025. Canales said Carolina hopes he is available for the regular season opener. Brooks will start against Buffalo, like I just mentioned. He also had 9 carries for 22 yards and 3 receptions for 23 yards. Etienne recorded 20 carries for 94 yards in 2025. So put it in good context, Carolina does not need one player to become Hubbard immediately. It needs the rotation to preserve the responsibilities attached to the position. So we talk about early down efficiency, protection, communication, the blitz pickup, check downs and screens, short yardage execution, ball security, and situational substitutions. The danger is becoming predictable. If one back always means run and another always means pass, Buffalo can diagnose Carolina's intent before the snap. So, chat, I'm going to ask you guys, and you guys can respond in the chat. Do you think Carolina can preserve its offense without Chuba Hubbard? How important do you guys feel like Chuba is to the offense? You know, I know some people are not sold on Chuba. They have let it be known that we need a what's the word I'm looking for? A more explosive back, home run hitter, if you will. I personally, don't disagree with that to a certain extent, but I think Chuba has some value for what he does. I mean, let's not forget when he first got here, Christian McCaffrey was the starting running back. He bided his time behind Christian McCaffrey. And then when given the opportunity to carry the workload, he did that. And I think he had almost, it was like 1,100, almost 1,200 yards that season. So he has shown that he can be a bell cow. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. He's not going to give you exactly what Christian McCaffrey gave you. He's not going to give you what Deontay Foreman gave you. Hell, he may not even give you what Jonathon Brooks give you, or potentially can give you. But I think for what he has done from the time he's entered the league until now, he definitely has gotten better. He definitely has improved. Patience in the run game. Um, um, got better vision. Definitely got better hands because we know when he first came in, he couldn't catch a cold. So he worked on that extensively over the course of his short career thus far, and he does show that he has a better catching ability. So, and he's more times than not, he's available. We all know availability is your best ability, right? So you can really count on him to be available 95% of the time. You know, he had some injuries here and there and missed some time last year, but you can depend on him. He's a good team player, captain. You know, somebody like that you want to find a spot and make a spot for them on your team, whether he's RB1 or splitting carries, or even if he's RB2. But I do think he has value and he has a place on his team. I don't think he's going nowhere anytime soon. But you guys let me know in the chat. You know, let me know in the chat. Oh, no. Yeah, of course. Like I mentioned a few seconds ago, you got one side that believes Jonathon Brooks and Trevor Etienne and AJ Dillon have a complementary enough skill sets to distribute Chuba Hubbard's responsibilities. The others say replacing the carries is far easier than replacing protection, the efficiency, and full command of trust. So we'll see. Let me know which way you lean. Do you believe Chuba is easily to replace? Do you think the offense um can be preserved without Chuba? Because it looks like he's going to miss a couple games. And Jonathan Stewart, although I spoke about it yesterday on uh the pod, and I said, well, he may get the opportunity to get more carries since there was, Dave Canales said the starters will be limited to 10 to 20 reps. And I was like, okay, well, 10 to 20 reps, how many of those reps are going to be actual run plays? How many opportunities will Jonathon Brooks get? And then the report came out later on, in the press conference, that Chuba's out with a hamstring injury. Well, that hate to say it, Chuba's injury will bode well not only for Jonathon Brooks, but for the other running backs in the room. I don't think um, Trevor Etienne was looking forward to getting, or there was a possibility of him getting first team reps when he got in the game Saturday. But now the opportunity presents itself, and he's going to get some run but with the first team. So everybody has an opportunity to prove something, to state their claim in that running back room. We don't know if Carolina's going to carry 3 running backs or 4 running backs. Will it come down to Trevor Etienne and AJ Dillon? I mean, that's what it looks like, because I know for sure that Chuba Hubbard and Jonathon Brooks' position is solid. That's not going anywhere. That's not, nothing's going to happen when it comes to that. All right. So y'all let me know. Let me know in the chat. All right. Can Carolina preserve its offense without Chuba Hubbard? That is the question. That is the question. And real quick, let me go through the chat real quick. SC Panther Boy says, "Sup, Dragonfly Tone Lee." What's up, SC? Thank you for tapping in, my guy. You guys make sure y'all hit that like button. And Candy Girl said, "Good morning and welcome to UO Sports Talk." What's going on, Candy Girl? Appreciate you for tapping in. I greatly appreciate it. Just like she said, good morning and welcome to UO Sports Talk. Candy Girl 803 also said, to support the channel, make sure to hit the like button on your way in. That is a fact. Make sure you hit that like button. And she always also said, subscribe to the channel if you are new here. That is a fact. You can go to youtube.com/ at UO Sports Talk. And a quick nugget that I learned a couple nights ago. If you see UO Sports Talk in the chat, you can click on the avatar and it will take you directly to the channel and you can subscribe there if you haven't. So you don't have to go through and put put the link in the browser or anything like that. You can actually click on the avatar of UO Sports Talk in the chat and it will take you directly to my page. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe now. I'm here Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Eastern time. Okay? I would greatly appreciate it. All right. And the girls, welcome to your Sports Talk. She said, good morning, Tony. Good morning, Candy Girl. And what else we have here? Palmetto Money 3461 said Hubbard will be missed, but I think Brooks, Dillon, and ET should be able to hold it down if they can all stay healthy. I agree with you. That is the number one thing. That's the main thing, making sure that everybody enters and leaves the game healthy. All right. Hold it down until the Chuba gets back. All right. That's right, Candy Girl. She said football time. Absolutely. I think there was like 5 or 6 games that was played last night, if I'm not mistaken. I watched some highlights of one this morning and had some other things to do, but I will watch the rest of the highlights a little later. All right. Palmetto Money said, plus we could always give Jimmy Horn a few other sweeps, wide receiver screens, and gadget plays as well. Yep. We'll see. I'm pretty sure he's going to get extensive playing time tomorrow that he can continue to build on what he did last Thursday night in the Hall of Fame game. So, yeah, I'm definitely anxious to see what Jimmy Horn does Saturday. Real the Beach said, good morning, Tone. Good morning, Real the Beach. Appreciate you for tapping in, my guy. John Tay said, good morning, Tony, from Northern Nevada. Good morning, John Tay. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Palmetto Money. If you haven't subscribed yet, click the UO Sports Talk avatar in the chat, or you can go to youtube.com/ at UO Sports Talk. Subscribe to my channel. I know you probably watching through CJ's channel, Carolina Armchair GM CJ. But if you go to youtube.com/ at UO Sports Talk and subscribe to my channel, I would greatly appreciate it as well. All right. Who else we have here? Tebow. What's up, man? He said good morning. Good morning, Tebow. I appreciate you tapping in as always. Tebow said absolutely. Roger Anderson said good morning and yes, sir. What's up, Roger? Thank you for tapping in as well. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe to Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk, youtube.com/ at UO Sports Talk. All right. At UO Sports Talk. SC Panther Boy said, we'll be okay without Chuba. He hasn't been that impactful to be missed to me. Okay. Reality Beat said, realistically, I think Dillon can do better than Chuba. I'm just saying. All right. I don't agree with that, but I get you. Zip said, what up, Tony? What's going on, Zip? So I already posted the link in the chat if anybody want to hit the panel. You can hit the panel, come on up, and we can discuss today's topics. All right, we can talk about Chuba Hubbard first. Then we're going to get into what the defense need to prove against Josh Allen in Buffalo tomorrow. All right. And the one and only Ken 88 said, "Good morning, Tony. Hope all is well for you. All is well, my brother. Thank you. I appreciate that. Make sure you hit that like button on the way in as well. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe as well. YouTube.com/@UO Sports Talk. All right. Let me put it up one more time so you guys who didn't see it can see it. And also you can click on yeah, let me make a post in the chat. You can click on my avatar, UO Sports Talk. Go click on the avatar, and it will take you right to the page, and you can subscribe from there. I found that out a couple of days ago. Somebody hit me to it. So yeah, you don't have to put in the link or write nothing down. Just click on the avatar, and it will take you directly to the page, and you can subscribe from there. And I greatly appreciate it. So yeah, 5 things I have on the board here. For Chuba, the backfield without Chuba, can Carolina replace the complete role? We have early down carries, pass protection, third down role, short yardage work, and explosive changeup. Right, explosive changeup. So let me know in the chat which one do you think, or give me your top 2 things that Carolina can replace without Chuba being available Saturday. What 2 things do you think that can easily be replaced by the other running backs in the room that we won't miss while Chuba is out? I'm curious to know that. I'm curious to know that. Hey Zip, if you still there, man, I'm gonna put the link to the panel in the chat again. Come on up if you can, bro. All right. The link is in the chat. Anybody want to come on up? I'll greatly appreciate it. Reality B say everything. Why you say that? Why you say that? So you just think it's that easy to replace Chuba? For what we have on the team right now, we ain't talking about no outsiders or what we could potentially draft when the draft come around. We talking about what's in the running back room right now. You think there's one person or a running back committee that can replace everything that Chuba does? Yeah, yeah. You gotta let me know what you mean by that. Reality Beats. Zip said, "I'm still here, Tony. I'm gonna hit the link when I go on my break, brother." All right, man. All right, I greatly appreciate it. Quante Lewis said, "What's good, Tony? What's good, my guy? Thank you for tapping in. I greatly appreciate it. Hit that link for me. I mean, hit that like button for me if you would. Even on the phone. I know a lot of people watching through their phone. You can also hit the like button on your phone as well. Let's get those likes up on the phone if you're watching it in portrait mode on your phone. I'll greatly appreciate it. All right. So let's see. I think short yardage work. I think short yardage work is something that can be replaced. Chuba hasn't been the greatest at short yardage work, so I think when you talk about AJ Dillon, what he brings a bigger back, look a little explosive. Last Thursday, in the Hall of Fame game, he looked like he can get things done if you at least 5 yards in. And I think that play he scored on was like from the 1 yard line. But yeah, 5 yards in, I like him in that situation. So I think that's something that can be replaced. Explosive changeup. We know Chuba's not the most explosive person, right? If Jonathon Brooks turns out to be everything that Carolina is hoping for, everything that they say he can be, I believe he can replace the I pressed the wrong button. I believe that he can replace the explosiveness that we saw last year in Rico Dowdle. So let me bring my guy Popping up to the stage. Popping, what's going on?
Oh man, good morning,
Good
everybody.
morning.
Good morning or good afternoon for you, or evening,
Yeah, yeah.
whatever it is over there.
All that is all
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Sun don't never go down.
Yeah. So can Carolina preserve its offense without Chuba Hubbard?
Uh, I mean they've been doing it, so yeah.
I'm well. We talking about now though. With the running backs that we have currently in the running back room. Uh, do you think Chuba will be missed?
Mm, I mean, I'm not trying to diss Chuba. I
Yes,
Yeah, I mean,
yes, you are.
I guess he would be missed in a sense, but the only reason why we say that is because we haven't had a consistent running back room. That's why I did a video on unproven to proven on put them paws on 'em about why you're not giving
Hmm.
Trevor ATN or HN more runs because things like this come up, right? Chuba always coming banged up recently for the past couple of years. And now we're hoping on a guy with two ACLs to come in here and save the day. When you got Trevor Etienne, use him. He's a fresh back. Like, what do you got to lose? I don't get it. Everybody's all
Right,
crazy about what Chuba gonna do. I'm not worried about Chuba. Put man, we got a backfield of other guys. Use them.
right, right. Hey, real quick, shout out SC Panther Boy for that early morning PayPal gift. I appreciate it, my brother. I really appreciate it. Just for you today, because I don't feel like no smoke with you right now today. I'm just gonna call you by your proper name, even though you don't call me out. You done started it. I'm not gonna feed into it. So for right now, today you are SC Panther Boy 803. See how much respect I give you? That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, appreciate you, man, for supporting the channel. Being down from day one. I just want to let you know that. I appreciate you. Um Make sure you hit that like button, man, and make sure you tell some friends. How about that? Y'all need to spread the word around. Early morning. I think I'm the only one out here right now giving Panthers content. 7 a.m. I need more people to tap in. So y'all make sure y'all spread around the Panther fans that may not know about unbiased opinion sports talk. Tell them about the vibe, the good debates, the good topics, things of that nature, and tell them to tap in. All right, I greatly appreciate that. Go ahead, Poppin. What you were saying? Offense, what you were saying?
Yeah, so that's just my whole point about the whole running back situation. We got we're putting too much. Well, I get it because people we drafted Jonathan Brooks second round. But I mean, it's supposed to be the next man up attitude. I don't think the organization actually is doing that doing that when it comes to the running back room. If
Right.
you say a lot of people like to say, oh, you can put a running back, you can get a running back anywhere. Then why did you drive Trevor Etienne? Why did you drive them? I mean, like I
Well, I
said
think I
before,
think I think
mm,
he was drafted because we was coming off that Miles Sanders contract. We came up off Miles Sanders. Isn't that
no, this
that
is this
draft that
uh
year?
uh-uh.
Go ahead.
Rick ATN last year was his. We draft. Yes, you're right. That was the year prior, but we also went and got Rico. We drafted Trey
Right.
Etienne, and we
Right.
had Chuba. So
Right.
Miles Sanders,
So basically, we
uh,
ain't had no backfield when we drafted Trevor Etienne and got Rico Dowdle.
right,
Basically.
basically. And
Okay.
then hold
Okay.
on. No, we got Jonathon Brooks first. We got Jonathon Brooks. 'Cause, Trevor first year was last year. That was rookie year. We got Jonathon Brooks first after the
That's
Miles
right.
Sanders.
And and
So
and,
that's
and
what
towards
happened.
ACL and missed the rest of the year.
There you
Right.
go.
Okay. Right.
So
Right.
you always looking for the free agency running backs to come save the day. You can look at the
Mm-hmm.
timeline, as my boy Bloody like to say. Look at the timeline. You had the guy we got from that went to Chicago, that we had here with Chuba. Dang, what was his name? Uh,
Who?
him and Chuba
To my
ran it up
last
that
year?
one. Not last year. I'm just talking about the timeline of running backs. We always go get a
Oh,
free agency to come save the backfield. Dang, what
hold
was his
on. What?
name?
Why are you trying to think of reality beats with the 499 super chat? I appreciate you, my guy. He said, "Read my last comment, Tone." I thought I did read your last comment, or did I just click on it? Okay. He said Brooks got vision, a hell of a one cut north south burst. Facts. AJ Dillon can break tackles. That's facts. Uh ETN is our lightning. That's facts. Chuba just runs into alignment and then goes down for 2 yards. That is not facts. I totally disagree with that. Now, if you would have said that after his rookie and second year, I will agree with you 100%. But he has gotten better at that. So hey, just keep it a bean with me, reality beats. Just keep it a bean. He has improved since that run into I know exactly what you're talking about. He stopped his feet in the backfield, run right into the back of an offensive lineman when there was a clear hole right there. I'm not discrediting what you're saying, but I don't think he's that type of back now. And he definitely doesn't go down easy like he used to. He runs with a little bit more balance, contact balance than he did the first 2 years. He had a hard time running. Like he was running faster than his feet. You know what I'm saying? So if that makes sense. But I have to say that he has improved since then. So that's the only one I would disagree with you on right there. But I appreciate that 499 super chat, my guy. Thank you for tapping in as always. Go ahead, Poppin.
Yeah, Foreman. Foreman, we went and got Foreman, right? Didn't
Oh,
keep
Deontay
him.
Foreman? Yeah.
Shipped him on out of
I
here.
wish they
He,
would have kept I wish they would have kept him. Why just kept.
perfect, perfect, perfect back for us
Yeah.
to keep running with. He wasn't expensive, but
Right.
Uh, so it's you got Foreman, you got Rico. Now you went and got AJ Dillon, who stays injured as well. I mean, you're always trying to find all these backs from somewhere else instead of just ones you draft to come in and get the job done. And then you depend on the people that's hurt to do something.
Yeah.
It just is hustling backwards.
Yeah. Hey, this first time I agree with Broski in about a week. He said trade up in the second round for Brooks. Trading up to draft a running back with a torn ACL is something else. Agreed 100%, Broski. That was my main thing. Why would you trade up in the second round for a running back who just tore his ACL? At that time, Trey Benson would have been my choice if I was going to take a running back in the second round out of Florida State because he was healthy.
I was saying the
Yeah.
same thing too.
Yeah. So Broski, I definitely agree with you on that. Yeah, it didn't make no sense. And 3 years later, here we are, hoping for the best, right? Go ahead, Poppin.
So yeah, I mean, Chuba has the luxury because he's been here for so long, sharing the backfield with other running backs. Look, I don't want people sitting here. We can't sit here and be like, "Oh, you know, Chuba's always been a number one." No, he hasn't. We had C-Mac in front of him as well. He's always been a contributor to the running back room. He's never been
Right.
the number one, and it's okay if he's never been number one because you look at what we've done in the history. We've always had two running backs. Now we
Yeah.
got two injury prone running backs. And well, no,
Who?
three
Who's
with
that?
Jonathon
Oh,
Brooks
oh,
and Chuba. Yeah,
Cause
Chuba
Chuba
stayed
missed
banged up
time
too.
last year.
He sure
Yeah, yeah,
did.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So and now and now AJ Dillon, I'm gonna throw him in there. You got three hurt ass running backs, and then you
Mm-hmm.
got guys you don't know. ATM, Miles
Yeah.
Davis. Those guys you don't know. Matter of
Well,
fact, remember the running back
hold
Davis we
that.
had that one year? Got him from free
Yeah.
agency. He balled
Hold,
out that year with
hold, hold that thought. Hold that thought right there, Poppy. Hey, Panthers for life. Nah, said Trey Benson haven't done anything either. Well, you're right. Well, I was talking about pre-draft. When we was drafting running backs that season, out it's easy to say that now, hindsight being 2020. I'm talking about what I was thinking about Trey Benson coming out of the draft, like his last year at Florida State, coming back from a torn ACL. Trey Benson had a hell of a year at Florida State, and he played all games and remained healthy. So that's why I said what I said about Trey Benson. So there we go. Go ahead, Papa.
once again, when I'm talking about the free agent running backs that you get from other teams, we had a Davis came here and get 1,000 yards with
Was that
with
Mike Davis?
Mike
Mike
Davis
Davis that
with
went to South Carolina. South Carolina. Yeah.
yeah from
Yeah.
that was with uh Bridgewater. We always try to find these backs from somewhere else that played somewhere else. We didn't keep him either, and he showed out. And guess what? Just gotta look at the
Yeah.
timeline, as my boy Buddy said. Look at the timeline. It's a fact.
Yeah. So NH official says so still drafted guy with the torn ACL. Who you talking about? Who you talking about now? NH official, because there was only one running back who had a torn ACL at the time in that draft, and that was Jonathon Brooks. So yeah, let me know who you're talking about. Go ahead, Papa. I didn't mean to cut you off.
So yeah, I don't think he'll be missed because he's always been missing anyway. The past couple of years, I
Mm-hmm.
get running backs by committee. By committee, I think he'll be ready by game one. Man, y'all better hope. Wish y'all lucky stars that Jonathan Brooks just pulls it out, man. I think it's unfair to him
What you mean?
because there's a lot of people putting a lot of pressure on him. You know, once you get cut,
Mm-hmm.
you like lose piece of yourself. You're not usually never the same. Um,
Right.
there's a few anomalies out here that have done it, but I mean, come on, guys. Like, how hard is it to go find some running backs, or just to use the ones you got? So I'm right
Well,
now. I'm pulling for Trevor Etienne like I've been doing. I want to see what he got
yeah.
because I don't know what he got.
Trevor has the best feet of any running back in the running back room. He has the best feet. Man, let me
I
tell
don't
you
think I
something.
don't think they
If
heard
y'all
you, Tony. I don't think they heard you.
yeah, he got the best feet. I know a lot of people remember him when he was at Georgia. I'm talking about back in Florida where Anthony Richardson was his quarterback. You talking about the boy, listen, the boy got awesome feet, man, and he just needs a chance. He just need a true chance. I don't know if he'll be RB1 or not. I don't know. But I do believe that he's worth more carries. I think last year I mentioned earlier he only had 20 carries, but for 95 yards. I mean that's almost 5 yards per carry. You know what I'm saying? So he got home run ability, things of that nature. So yeah, I would love to see more Trevor Etienne. Let me bring up my brother from another Tip Drill Will. What's happening?
What's happening, fellas? How's everybody doing?
We good. We good. Now, where you at this morning? Cause you coming in sounding broke up already.
Yeah, like, dang, man, I'm home.
Yeah, I don't know,
Crazy.
dog. It must popping. How the wheel sound to you?
I thought he was on the moon.
Hey, how do I sound now?
Now you sound normal. I don't know what mic you was
Okay,
on or where you got that T-Move
right.
headset from. Yeah.
Hey, yeah. I think that's what it is, man. Good morning, fellas. Good morning.
Good morning, my
Good
brother.
morning.
Good morning. How was your trip back home?
Uneventful, man. Good. As long as the flights were on time, I'm happy.
Okay. All right. So the
Yeah,
question
yeah.
was, the first question, the big question today, can Carolina preserve its offense without Chuba Hubbard? Because he has the hamstring. Looks like he's going to miss multiple games. Dave said he hoped that he's ready by week 1. They're going to take their time and make sure they don't rush him back. So right now, based off his conversation, look like he's going to miss multiple games tomorrow against Buffalo and next week. So, do you think we can preserve the offense without Chuba Hubbard?
Yeah. I think we can. I'm not. From what I gathered from Dave, missing preseason games, I really don't.
Yeah.
Not as uneventful to me. But yeah, I think we can continue along until Chuba is back healthy. What I hope doesn't happen is everybody place their hopes and dreams into Jonathon Brooks and give that guy,
Will
and
in them
then,
streets.
huh?
Palmetto said, "Will in them streets."
Ain't that something? Yeah. So they don't put them hopes and dreams in Jonathon Brooks and put too much on him, and then the fan base, you know how we are. We're so volatile, and then next
Yeah.
thing you know, we saying stuff about the man that we shouldn't be saying. So, but yeah, I,
Mm.
I like the question because I think that based off what I saw on preseason, the Hall of Fame game, and I know this is a if, but I think this is a solid bet. If Damian Lewis and Bob Hunt is starting week 1, I'm comfortable with
Yeah.
our running. I'm comfortable with our running game.
I can agree with you on that. I can
I
agree with you on
disagree.
that one. Okay. Why you disagree, Papa? Hold on before you answer that question. What's happening? Shout out to Howard for the 30 jewels clutch. I appreciate it, my brother. Thank you for the 30 jewels. What's going
What's
on,
up,
Howard?
Tony? What's up? What's up, Tony? What's up, Will? What's happening?
What's happening?
What's up here? Who else up here?
Popping.
Popping. What's happening, brother?
What's going on, Howard?
Yeah.
Hey, nothing much, each other. Yeah, I'll continue, man.
Go
I'm
ahead.
listening.
Hold that thought 1 second. Howard, Popping, go ahead and answer the question. Howard, you can go next.
I disagree with that respectfully because you know, and I know you might feel like the Panther Nation is volatile and things of that nature. We gonna talk our ish. That's just we're gonna make our jokes. We're gonna do that. But Damian Lou and Robert Hunt ain't gonna save these running backs. They gonna make a hole for them to run through, and then Jonathan Brooks gets smacked by a safety. I mean, it doesn't. It don't stop them from getting hit. They still gonna take this contact. The
I
problem
never.
is that.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean,
Okay, I'm sorry.
you said protect them. What
No,
I'm
I said
saying
I
is,
said I feel confident in the running game if we have our starting guards.
I mean, yeah, I think anybody we put out there because of our offensive line coach, I feel confident in our running game. I don't as far as them making a hole for them to run in. I'm not confident that they're gonna get back up. That's what I'm
Mm.
saying.
Howard, what you got? Howard, what you think about Chuba Hubbard, and can Carolina preserve the offense without him?
Absolutely. I think so. Not
Okay.
only JB, but I heard y'all mention Etienne. That guy needs
Yeah.
some more touches. But listen, we need to know sooner than later if Jonathon Brooks is going to work out. And me, I'm
That's
putting him on
facts.
that field every preseason. Bump all this, scared this and scared that. I bump that. It's either he's going to be what we think he is, or he's not. It's one of the two, and that's how I look at it. And if not, if Chuba still hurt, you give Etienne his shots. Matter of fact, he don't get his shots anyway. In the preseason, we're gonna see a lot of Etienne, and we're gonna see a lot of hopefully a good bit of JB. And I can't
Well,
wait. I need to see
JB is starting.
Yeah,
JB is
yeah.
starting tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that's
So-
cool. But we're gonna see Etienne also, and that other guy. But listen, put these guys out here, man. These guys they're not Legos where they break apart. I mean, hey, it's a brutal sport, but hey, this is what you get paid to do. So going on out there, show us your talent, make us proud and happy.
That's a fact. That's a fact. But at the same time, though, I was under the mindset, and like I was explaining to some guys when we drafted Jonathon Brooks, and then when the season started, no, it was training camp. And the first report that came out, they said, "Oh, he's running, he's doing football drills." A lot of people took it as, "Oh, he's ready to practice and he'll be ready for week 1." And I was like, "No, that's not what that means. That just means that he just now starting to run a little bit. If anything, if Jonathon Brooks is going to be RB1, like a lot of people felt like, and a lot of people hope, there was no need to rush him back from the ACL injury. You already traded up, to move up in the second round and selected him. So I looked at it as they were hoping that he could be their RB1 in the future, whether it was next year or the year after, whatever the case may be. Don't rush him back. Matter of fact, don't even play him his rookie season. That was my mindset. And what they do, got him back out there towards ACL again. So now we're a year and a half later, and now he's about to get ready to take his first serious carries in over a year and a half, almost 2 years for us. So, there's a lot riding on it. I'll tell you that, because nobody knows if he's going to be what he once was when he came out of Texas. No, there's no way to know that. You know what I'm saying? He has torn his ACL twice since then. So there's a lot of hope and there's a lot of prayers that's going to go into this game Saturday, that 1, he comes out healthy, and 2, that he's able to show something that make fans excited or believe that we actually have something. You know what I mean? Out for you, Howard. Okay. So, Will, let me ask you this question. I think we kind of touched on. I'm not even going to ask the first question that I was going to ask, because I think everybody's in agreement that there's no part of Chuba's job that's hard to replace besides carries. So I'm gonna scratch that one. How should Brooks, Etienne, and Dillon divide the workload without making Carolina predictable?
Well, I think that I think that they should have the same running plan. If they had on the call sheet, if they had planned on doing an outside run, zone run to the left, on then they just do that play. Do not change the call sheet because Hubbard isn't there. They should be able to.
I got what you're saying.
They should be able to fill the gap. That's how you not remain predictable, because you would have been the same mix of pass and run that you would have normally had done. So even when and that's the way that you can tell if you are able to you're able to have the same level of productivity. You did not change your plan. Did you have the same running results that you had that you didn't change your plan?
Right.
Yeah. That's what I would think. I mean, of course, I guess that might be an elementary way of looking at it, but that's kind of what I think.
I got you. Hey, Poppin, what you think? Should Brooks, Etienne, and Dillon divide the workload without making Carolina predictable? And just like Will was just saying, should the playbook change any without
No,
Chuba being there?
it shouldn't. It shouldn't change. I know that HN has been working on his hands a lot over the offseason.
Ooh, whoa, what you mean? Etienne always had good hands, I thought.
Well, people like to say that he can't catch. These are just things that people just throw out there.
Oh wow.
They don't have proof to say that he doesn't. So, but I know that was something that he added his repertoire.
Yeah.
Because that's what you're gonna need here in Canal's offense. You're gonna need all running backs to be able to have decent hands if things break down that Bryce can dump it off to and get up the field. So yeah, I think you've seen AJ Dillon was able to catch the ball as well last week in the preseason game. We know
Right.
he's pretty accurate with that. So I don't think you need to change anything. Whatever you need them to do, it shouldn't change any different. Whatever play you call, like Will said, same gaps, same run scheme, same catching wheel routes, whatever you can call them, they all should be able to do it. Because if somebody go down, we can't change the whole playbook just because, he can't do it. Well, it's the time to show everybody and the coaching staff, oh yeah, he can do it. I put so-and-so in there, he can do the same thing. It don't matter. It may not be as better as the other person, but can he do it? Yeah, he can do it.
Right.
So, try it out in preseason.
Hey, Desarian make a great point. He said catching a punt and catching a thrown pass is different. I don't know why they say he can't catch. That's 100% facts, Desarian, because I've seen the boy look like a good catching running back, out of the backfield, both at Florida and Georgia. So I disagree with that he can't catch just because he muffed one or two punts. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if that's what they basing it off on, okay, cool, I get it. I just don't agree with it. Howard, what you think, Howard? Should Brooks and HN and Dillon divide the workload? Should the playbook be changed any just because Chuba's not there?
Nah, not running no damn football. You don't change. I mean, shit. You hand the ball off to them and they run. I wouldn't change shit, man. You know what I mean? Look, these guys, all these guys should be able, at the running backs especially. I mean, they should just, all you're doing is going through different holes, different things like that. So, hey, if you're a good running back, like that we claim you are, keep the same thing going. You know what I'm saying? Keep the same thing going, man. Don't change nothing up.
Yeah. Hey, Zip made a good comment right here. He said, I think JB will have to prove he is ready for the workload of a RB1. I think they will start him if Chuba isn't healthy, but he isn't going to come out getting a high amount of touches. And that's a good comment, Zip, because that leads to kind of what Dave Canales was saying, that with Jonathon Brooks and Etienne splitting carries with the ones, if Chuba is not available come week 1, we're probably going to see a similar thing with Etienne and Jonathon Brooks splitting carries. Jonathon, he's probably going to get the start, but it's not like he's going to walk away with 20, 25 carries in that first game. I think, me personally, in my opinion, I think the reps will be more equally distributed. I mean, Jonathon Brooks will probably get a few more, but he's not going to get like a lion's share of the carries. What you think about that, Will?
I think you're right. I think you're right about that. I don't think he'll get the lion's share. However, I pose this as a kind of an add-on. What if he shows like a wow type of capability? Do you instantly
Who?
go to the hot hand, or do we start this whole running back by series hubbalahoo that we had last year?
He said hubbalahoo. Who you who you talking about?
I'm talking about
You talking about Brooks or Etienne?
I'm talking about we have as expectations of Brooks. We have no
Right.
expectations of Etienne. And what if Etienne come out there balling? Well, are we going to use the shock factor, the same thing we did last year? Because we had almost no expectation that the guy that brought from Dallas. I don't know why my mind drawing a blank.
Oh, Rico Dowdle.
Yeah,
Rico
Dowdle.
Dowdle.
We had like almost no expectation of Dowdle. We thought Dowdle would be a good complimentary piece, yada yada yada, and then Dowdle ended up balling.
Oh, no. I predicted that before we got him. I said,
No,
when we got him,
I didn't say every single person. I'm just saying just as a population as general.
Right.
Because he was a
majority.
1,000-yard back coming out of South Carolina. I mean, coming out of
Coming from
Dallas.
Right.
Coming from Dallas.
Right.
I know because we have so many great running backs come out of South Carolina. It's so many to name. But then the coaching staff get thrown off because they're like, oh well, Chuba coming back. We want to give Chuba a series and give him a series and all of this. If the dude got the hot hand, continue to give him the pill.
And I mean that's what we all said last year with Rico Dowdle.
Exactly.
We said, hey, go with the hot hand. We did say that. But yeah, we did say that. And it looked like initially that Dave was doing that. But at the same time, you got to be healthy and you got to continue that hot hand, cuz there were times in games where Rico Dowdle, get hurt on the second, third play, come out for the rest of that series, come in, then at the towards the end of the game, there's another injury, then you come to find out he missing time during the week, during practice and stuff. So all that matters, especially when you're fighting to retake or take over the RB1 spot. You have to be made sure that you are available and healthy each and every week, and your play can't drop off. Your play cannot drop off.
can I make a
Go
comment
ahead,
on that?
Poppin. Yeah,
Well,
go ahead.
this is where I gotta, get on Canales' hot tamale. Predictability. Those
Mm-hmm.
running schemes that you were calling, they didn't change up. So these defenses start to see exactly what you're doing. You became
Right.
predictable. And then
He
not only that,
did.
you became predictable of mismanaging players, just like I get on Evero, mismanaging players, not putting players in positions to win. This dude is cramping up the field, needing an IV, and you got Etienne that's sitting over there just watching, Chuba rubbing on his knees because he can't go. But you still got Rico in there hobbling around. Like, what are we doing? Like, that's why the run game suffered. Not only because the offensive line was, was trying to stay plugged together, but at the same time, the run scheme was predictable. You have to
Right.
switch it up. Sometimes run to the outside. You weren't barely doing that either. You know, I, I blame. That's why you seen the 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 low amount of success runs going on to the season with Rico because of the play caller.
Now I can create a whole nother segment in a topic about that, because what you just said, and I'm not talking about you popping, but it's funny how people talk about Dave's play calling being up and down when it comes to Rico Dowdle not getting the touches or being successful, as a lot of people want to bring about. But then when we say the same thing about Bryce, oh, it's not an option. Everything was on Bryce. But that's neither here nor there. But I just thought I'd just bring that up because that I have heard that conversation on other podcasts being talked about, and when it brings up, then everybody remembers how Dave play calling was suspect and it was up and down last year. But if you want to bring up Bryce, oh, the play calling had nothing to do with it, So I just wanted to bring that up. But Howard, I'll go to you first on this one. Which running back that we have right now you think should earn third down and protection trust against Buffalo's starting defense? Who do you think we should put in there on third down, and who do you think we can trust? Howard, are you there?
My bad. Go ahead, fellas. I'll jump on in a minute, Tony. I'm here working. I'll get back
No
with you guys
problem.
later. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Right back to you, Poppin. What you think? Who's the third down back that you would like to see in the game, and that we trust, that you think we could trust?
Going into the preseason game, I ain't got no trust. I really don't. I mean, AJ Dillon he looked good, so I would guess I would say him right now. Like I said, ET's unproven. We don't know anything about Jonathon Brooks, and Chuba won't be there, so I really don't have, like, saying a whole lot of trust of who I believe can do it. It's really to be determined. So yeah, haven't given us a lot to go off of.
What about you, Will? What you got?
Well, I tend to agree with Poppy because of the small sample size. But if it's 3rd and 2,
Right.
you can get that ball to Dillon. If it's 3rd and 2, you can get that ball to Dillon.
But not only that though, not only just to pick up yards, but pass protection. What if it's a pass play? Who do you trust that will provide adequate pass protection as a running back on third down? Say it's 3rd and 8, and you got to throw the ball. Who you trust to be in the backfield that can pick up a blitz, or establish itself in pass protection?
So Etienne has shown that on several plays last season. I did observe that. Now,
I like
of
that
course,
answer.
but that's just me as a casual, because I didn't actually go and look at, what he looked like on Pass Pro. But I did notice specifically on a down, I forgot a couple of downs I was watching. I said, "Oh man, look at Etienne! Etienne getting his nose dirty with the linebacker coming in on the blitz." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can say that I have observed him doing that. But, to Poppin's point, a lot of the stuff is TBD. And that's the reason right there that when everybody talk about, oh man, Jonathon Brooks gonna be RB1 by next week, Wednesday. Exactly. As soon as Chuba got one torn muscle fiber in his damn hamstring, all this doubt comes flooding in because we have a bunch of unproven capabilities.
Yeah. That's facts. Hey, in the chat, y'all make sure y'all tell me in the chat as well, which back do you trust most with Bryce Young on third down? Let me know in the chat, and I'll greatly appreciate that. So we've been in for an hour now. If you're enjoying the conversation, the debate, the vibes, the energy that Morning Kickoff with Unbiased Opinion has brought to you this morning, please show support for the show. The QR code is in the top right. You can scan that with your phone. Also, there's a pinned link in the YouTube chat that's at the top. Okay, and I'll also drop a link again for the ones that may not be able to see it on Carolina Armchair GMCJ channel. Yeah. Okay. I would greatly appreciate that. I know some of y'all done went to Chick-fil-A this morning, Starbucks, all that good stuff. You know, I like muffins. I like chicken nuggets, chicken minis, all that good stuff. Show support for your love. Show support for the channel and everything, and I would greatly appreciate that. All right, I just dropped the link in the chat. You can do that if you're on Carolina Armchair GMCJ channel. You can also show love through a super chat as well. All right, and make sure you hit those like buttons. I mean, make sure you hit that like button. All right. So Carolina can build a road distribution on paper. Buffalo starters are the test of whether that structure holds up against regular season speed, communication, and physicality. All right. So the next question that's up: how much should Carolina learn from Josh Allen? All right. So let's start with the facts. Buffalo head coach Joe Brady expects healthy starters, including Josh Allen, to play against Carolina Saturday. Buffalo has not set a public snap count. Workload can depend on possessions, game flow, and player condition. Allen did not play in Buffalo's 2025 preseason, making this a meaningful first preseason calibration point for Carolina defense. Allen tests multiple layers of a defense at once. His mobility tests rush integrity. His physical running stresses edge discipline, and his arm strength punishes communication breakdowns after a play extends. A short preseason appearance cannot define Carolina's defense. It can reveal whether assignments remain sound against a quarterback capable of punishing one undisciplined player. All right. So on the board here, you see I have 5 things listed. You know, Josh Allen, what Carolina must test Saturday. Number 1 is the rush lane discipline. Number 2, set the edge. Number 3 is coverage communication. Number 4 is open field tackling. And number 5, no overreaction to a short sample. All right. So here's the question, and Will, you can go first on this one. Is facing Josh Allen the best test for Carolina defense? What say you, sir?
Yeah, I think so. I want to see how we set the edge and how we can contain him in the box. Because he like to break contain and go out there with that big can of an arm and get the ball downfield. So I want to see what that looks like, especially with Pat Jones starting, because everybody have forgotten that Pat Jones was the starter in 2025. Scorton was a pleasant surprise, but Pat Jones was the starter. So I want to see Pat Jones pick up right where he left off.
2024. You mean 2024?
No, 2025, last season.
No, last season Nick Scorton started, didn't he? Didn't he start?
No.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. You're right.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Pat Jones did start started.
And Nick Scorton rookie campaign, he was a pleasant surprise because Pat Jones had broken his back. And I remember all of us talking about with Pat Jones, when Pat Jones injured his back, like, oh man, we got to start this rookie, and this rookie is unproven. And Nick Scorton showed our asses, right? Showed us that he could do that, that he could do that work. So I want to see Pat Jones reassert himself as the player that he was in that Miami game, because he kept Tua in the box. As a matter of fact, he's the one who helped Tua sack Tua to close out that game the last season. That's what I want to be able to see. I want to see him be able to set the edge, contain Josh Allen. I think Buffalo has a very good running game too. So the last thing I would add is they're gonna run right. They're gonna run right at our guy.
Exactly.
They're gonna run right at him. He need to be able to show that he can stop the run. So that's what I want to be able to see,
Yeah.
and that's basically based on that front seven capabilities.
I think because James Cook, if I'm not mistaken, led the NFL in rushing last year. I think Buffalo had one of the top two, if not the top rushing attack last year, and it made us look quite silly when it came to running the ball. Last time we played them, was that last year or 2024?
That was last year.
That we played.
Yeah, it was last year. Yeah, I
that was last year.
I left the game at the middle of the fourth quarter. I was like, "Come on, let's go ahead and go."
So you're gonna see a lot of wide zone, stretch zone. You're gonna see a lot of power, all that from Buffalo. Tomorrow they definitely are going to stress test the front 4 or 5, depending if we are playing a 4-2-5 or 3-4 on first and second downs. So yeah, this would definitely be a good test for our run defense. We would definitely get a good look what our run defense will look like against the Buffalo Saturday. Poppin', what you think? Is facing Josh Allen the best test for Carolina's defense?
I mean, so far, yeah, it would be. So far, I mean, I don't think it's gonna be it's preseason. They're not gonna be doing too much scheming or showing their hand. Y'all already talked about the run game, but I'm be looking at the richest man on the team when we're not running. Is he gonna be applying pressure? Is he gonna get to the quarterback?
Yeah, I don't like the way you said that, but I feel like I'm taking a personal shot. But go ahead, sir.
Is he gonna make it to where Pat Jones is getting some sacks tomorrow? We're gonna see all those things. But yeah, the D line is definitely gonna be tested when it comes to the run game. But yeah, that for the starters, yeah, I'll be looking at JJ, as you like to call him.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to be paying attention to the secondary to see how disciplined they're going to be able to be when the play breaks down and he decides to, play backyard football. Will y'all be able to stick with these wide receivers and make them make a mistake? So we'll see.
Yeah.
Pressure.
Yeah. Well, that was my next question. Can Carolina pressure Allen while keeping his rush lanes intact, Poppin'?
They better.
Do you believe they can or can't, sir?
To be determined.
To be determined.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to see it first before you can come to a decision. Is that what I'm hearing?
In football, you kind of have to. I ain't never seen the win, but I know it's there. With football,
I like that. I like
football.
That
football, you gotta actually, you got to see it. I got some hopium too. You know what I mean? But right now, we just.
What you got some what? Wait a minute, say it again. You got some what?
Some hopium. I got some hopium too. I just don't jump out the window too quickly anymore. I've been burnt too many times, and
Pause.
But when pause, yes. But when the game starts, you know what I'm saying, all that delusion, I'm filled with it. Oh yeah, I'm cheering them on. So
Right. Will, what you think? You think we can pressure Allen while keeping the rush lanes intact? I think we got two solid veterans that understands what Josh Allen can or can't do. So I think they know how important it is to keep the rush lanes intact. That's my opinion. What you think, sir?
I think so. Can you guys hear me fine?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I think so. I think they can, but to Kaufman's point, they gotta exercise this now. All of it, and I know it's only gonna be like, 15 plays or 10
You
plays on
sounded
defense.
you sounded robotic. You sounded broken up. We hear you loud and clear, but you were sounding robotic. Yeah.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, say it again.
I said that, we have all of the ingredients. I want to see it come together.
Got you.
I believe that we're able to do this work. However, this will be our first real test. And what I'm hoping is that we don't give anybody any reason to think that it can't come together. Just do your work. Get the reps in. Show that, get the reps in, get the work in. No one gets injured and get out of the game. That's what I care about. And I know that our rush, showing out, containing in rush lanes, I think we're going to be able to do that. I think we can get pressure on the quarterback. However, I hate to say it this way because I know people will think that I'm not being a fan, but I don't want anyone to be injured because I care about the Chicago game the second week of September, not this Buffalo game.
I feel you. I don't think people will say that you're not a fan because you care more about the regular season than the preseason. I think that's fair to say because you want to make sure that we are healthy, hitting on all cylinders when it comes to that Chicago game because that is going to be, in my opinion, a measuring stick for how the rest of the season will probably go. You know what I'm saying? That's how I take that game one.
We need to come out there and punch them right in the snot box.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Broski said you better care about the Chicago game.
Hey, Broski, worry about your defense. Worry about your defense. Worry about your defense.
What's wrong with the Chicago defense right now?
That back end of that defense, they lacking in a lot.
Oh, yeah.
They lacking a lot. You got a 220-pound wide receiver that seems to be able to put it all together. Y'all got a lot to worry about coming into Carolina as well. So,
yeah. Darren Waller be ready for that game as well.
Hey, so you mentioned the name. Can I say one thing about Darren Waller?
Go ahead.
I don't know if I came through yesterday because I was, my audio was messed up. Yeah, I'm so thankful that we did not sign Kenyon Sadiq. I'm still, I was wrong about that.
Wait a minute. But we connected. Wait, 1 2 1 2. Mike. What?
Yeah,
say that again.
What you say?
I
didn't hear that clearly.
Yeah, I ain't hear that clear. Yeah, what? Say that again. You may want to speak up. Say that last part again, Will.
I might have been wrong when I was stomping for Kenyon Sadiq. Matter of fact, I was wrong when I was stomping for Kenyon Sadiq. However, I had the problem right. I had the answer to the test wrong. We did need to have a talent infusion of that type of talent on our in the tight end room. They probably were always looking at trying to figure out if they had that on the roster, did it come together? Or would that be something that they were going to have to acquire, like a Waller or somebody like that? They probably wasn't going to get Sadiq. They probably didn't think that he was going to be something that was going to be that they would put together on the field for us. We thank God we got the left tackle we got, the tackle we got. I'm very happy with the selection. With that being said, Waller, along with the rest of our passing game, causes multiple dilemmas for any defense once he gets on the field.
That is facts.
He causes multiple dilemmas. So when just the simple fact of him being on the field and the threat of him being on the field opens up the middle of the field completely. Coker should be able to be wide open. If they try to double tap, Coker should be wide open. You know what I mean? So I'm so excited about it. I think that this raises the floor of our entire passing game by having Waller on our roster. So thank you for plugging that in, because I ain't wanted to change from what you were talking about. I was waiting for that to come in just slightly. Thanks for that, Tony.
But why we got you here popping? Is there anything that you want to say to the confession that our esteemed gentleman Will Robertson just gave on the podcast this morning? I think you might want to touch on that.
I'm proud of you, Will. I'm proud of you. You put your Sadiq freak to the side and took off your blinders, and you seen what I have been saying to you all season, why I didn't want that guy. But I will say this, and not try to be a Debbie Downer. Darren Waller is 34 years old. He's been through the ups and downs of life in football and all the other stuff he's done. I don't know how far he pushes his offense to the next level, because you're getting him on the very, very, very back end of his career. I know he got his physical yesterday. I don't even know if he passed the physical yet. I'm hoping he does. I'm assuming. And how much can you use him? How much will he be available? Through a whole year of football is what we got a question. But since you said that, maybe that was Tony that said no. Since you said Darren Waller will be making the team, that means somebody ain't making the team. Who are you cutting out, Will?
Now, that's a great question, because the report that Mike K the report that Mike K put out yesterday is that Carolina is going to wait until Monday to make it official, the signing of Darren Waller, and he also kind of put out there that maybe they're going to wait till after the game Saturday to make a decision in the tight end room, because Carolina definitely is not going to carry no 5 tight ends, right? So somebody is going to have to go. So who do you make room for? I mean, who loses their space to make room for Darren Waller? You know what I'm saying? And I get that he's definitely older, but he does not have a whole lot of miles on his body when it comes to in football terms. I do know, yes, he's injury prone. He had some injuries, missed a lot of games last year, but when he is on the field, he is highly productive. He's a mismatch problem, and he will cause problem against any defense that we face. The man has 6 touchdowns in 9 games last year on 24 receptions. That means he caught a touchdown every 4 receptions last year. Yeah, I would take that production. I would take that production twice on Sunday. Our job, and his job as well, is to stay as healthy as possible. So I don't know how many games, but let's say we get another 4 games. Say we get 13 games out of 17. I mean, we have put pressure on defenses 13 times this year that they're gonna have to account for him. I explained yesterday how 12 personnel really becomes a thing now. It definitely becomes a weapon. Because if you put Darren Waller and JT Sanders on the field at the same time in the pass catching situation, that defense has to account for both of them. Because neither one of them are really good blockers. So you got to know that they're going to be effective in the passing game, right? So you got to account for them. So that's going to stretch a defense real bad, and it's going to allow for a lot of 1-on-1s as well. So who you cover, the uncover, who you double, the person that has single coverage, they should be able to eat. They're gonna be mismatches across the field. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see what comes out of 12, even 13 personnel. But having him on the field, I do think it would be beneficial for Carolina. Hold on, let me
Yes.
bring up. Go ahead, Will.
Yes, I just want to make sure that, like, just like you just pointed that out, Tony, just like we talked about week 1 against Chicago, look at their secondary, their current secondary, starting secondary, and look at what we would cause with providing multiple dilemmas for the defensive coordinator.
Okay.
Yes, it lines up cleanly.
Yes, sir. Nick Tri-State, what you got, dog?
Good morning.
What's
How y'all
going
doing?
on?
Happy Friday.
Hey, good morning, Nick.
How y'all doing?
What's going
Hey,
on, man? Happy
ain't it
Friday to
wild
you as
how
well.
ain't it wild how Orlovsky dubbed Josh Allen as the #1 quarterback at taking care of the football when he leads the NFL in takeaways since he's gotten into the league? This stuff gotta get these narratives these people push, Tony, over a paycheck, man. It's insane. But what's up, y'all?
Yeah. Yeah. What's going on,
I'm
man?
eager. I'm eager
What
to see some things tomorrow. You know, I'm eager to see how the offense looks. How if are they going to utilize some 2-minute drill? You know, will they go into hurry up? You know how much the starters are really going to play? Because right, they said Chuba and Brooks were going to split carries with the ones, but now that Chuba's hurt, like, will it be? Like, will Dillon come in? Will Trevor Etienne come in and split? Like, you know what I mean? I'm eager to see how that unfolds. And then obviously the wide receivers. You know what I mean? XL's been torching the last few days, man. He's been coming along. So that's been very, very positive to see. If he can keep that up, it's gonna do wonders for us. I said it last time I was on, Tone. I really I know everyone loves to talk about Bryce, and rightfully so. You know what I mean? He's ascending, but
not really. I don't really like to talk about them, but
I genuinely
go ahead.
believe XL and Jonathon Brooks are going to be the X factor to our season this year. We know what we got in Tet. We know what we got in Coker when he's healthy. If Brooks and XL can produce at a consistent level, it's going to do wonders for this offense and this team and its success.
Mhm. Okay.
Um,
Wh-
yeah.
what you think about Carolina defense going against Josh Allen tomorrow?
Um,
There's five things that I have listed on the graphic right here. Number
mhm.
1 is rush lane discipline. Number 2, set the edge. Number 3, coverage communication. Number 4, open field tackling. And number 5, no overreaction to a short sample. So um I I'm because I don't remember which question I asked first, but what 2 things? Give me 2 out of those 5 that you feel like is the most important thing that the defense need to show tomorrow against Josh Allen.
I think coverage communication will be fine. These guys have been in Evro's system, so the coverage communication should be good. I would go with number 2, set the edge. And as corny as it may sound, open field tackling. We were a team that didn't tackle that well last year.
Oh, good point. Good point, man. I forgot about that.
We sucked at open field tackling last year,
You know
Will.
what?
Mhm.
And as frustrated as I was about that, how could I have forgotten that? Good point.
Yeah, I mean, it's the little things, you know? It's the little things that matter. It's little things like that that can, you know, ruin a game, ruin a season.
Okay. Well, what two things that you want to see out of these five come Saturday against Josh Allen?
So I want to watch the overreaction to a small sample size. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait to see it. No matter which side of the coin is on.
Right.
No matter if we do well, our starters do well, we go down and our offense go down and we score and they take the offense off the field, you know, starting offense off the field. There is going to be a cornucopia of praises. If we don't score, I'm sorry.
Hold that thought. I just gotta give Miss Pammy Women 3767 a shout out. She said, "Good morning, gentlemen. It's a beautiful morning." Now, Miss Pammy Whammy, I know I asked Miss Pammy Whammy to join the channel. You know, to subscribe to the channel. I appreciate her showing up and everything. But I will not be saying your favorite phrase, Miss Whammy. Yeah, I would not be doing that. You can ask Jonte Rozier. He tries it every morning, and I don't say his phrase for his team neither. So I was about to say it ain't no disrespect intended, but I ain't showing it no respect as well. I hope it's all love. But thank you for showing up. I greatly appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like button if you don't mind for me. All right, go ahead, Will.
Yeah, so Penny, that's an interesting name. But um um got me giggling. But if we go down and we don't score,
Yeah,
it's going to be the season is lost. This is a terrible offense.
yeah,
And everything either way. There's going to be extremes either way. So I'm waiting for the crash out either way. Now, what I will say is this: like I said before, I want us to be able to set the edge. I want to be able to set the edge and show rush discipline. I want to be able to see that. I want to be able to see that. With those two factors,
right.
I think that our front seven will just do their work, start to gel because our front seven has a lot of new pieces. And I want to see them be able to put it all together right there in Buffalo and then carry that momentum into the joint practice against Jacksonville, where they will get 60 snaps against Jacksonville ones.
Yeah. Hey, check this out. Panthers for Life said if the offense goes 3 and out, which podcast will get on their knees first begging for Haynes King? Who Nick, I'm gonna let you answer that one first and then I'll get you, Will. Go ahead, Nick. Who you
Oh,
think would be the
brother.
first podcast? Let's go ahead and start some shit this Friday morning.
Oh, brother. You can hear me,
Yeah,
Tone?
yeah, I can hear you. We calling out
Oh,
names too.
oh, jeez, dude. First off, if I may, since you want to say you want to start some shit, right? I personally
Yeah.
think about half Panthers podcasters should not do what the hell they do. First off,
Yeah.
all right. Second off, the fact that we have Panther fans, and I don't blame them. It's been 7 long months, no football, but I want to remind some of these Bryce haters that the Hall of Fame game. I don't know if y'all know
Yeah.
this, but it's a glorified second string, third stringer game. I don't know if y'all know this. So all
Yeah,
these
that's right.
people overreacting. Oh my God, Haynes King, he's so good. He's so good. What about that throw to Jimmy Horn wide open in the end zone that he missed? That me, Will, or you could have made. But
Right.
they wanna
Right.
gloat about what Haynes King did against the Arizona Cardinals, who by far them and the Dolphins are the worst roster teams in the NFL. Right? On top of that,
Yeah.
on top of being the worst roster teams in the NFL, you also have the worst backups in the NFL. So, it's simple 1+1 math. There's some schmucks out here in Pantherland, but you know what it is, Tone and Will? People hate Bryce Young more than they love the Panthers. That is the problem. That
Yeah.
is the problem.
Will, what you got? Who you think? Which podcast you think would be on their knees begging for Haynes King?
Well, I wouldn't say on their knees, but this is what will happen. Goat is going to
Yeah.
pull his truck over. He's going to grab two bull horns. He's going to
Yeah.
stand on the top of his truck and with his bull horns. And he is
Yeah.
going to be screaming for Haynes King on the spot.
Oh, brother.
So we already know it wouldn't matter if he go down there and throw a 75-yard touchdown one play and they take the offense off the field. That wouldn't even matter. None of it actually matters. The dislike for the quarterback far exceeds any rational perception of what facts look like.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So
Yeah.
that would be one.
Oh, you
I
got
think
you got another one?
so. Well, we all know. Put them paws on them. Gonna say that. we gonna. I don't want to bury the lead. So put them paws on them. Gonna say that.
Oh, you gonna make Papa pull his truck over?
Hey, Poppin, sir. I'm sorry, man. Hey,
Oh
put the
God.
tool away, Poppin. Put the tool away, baby. I come in peace, right? But
No, you want problems. You want
nah, I
problems
come
this
in
morning. You
peace.
don't want
You told me,
peace.
hey, it's not my fault that he told me to be honest in my assessment. I would have never said anything if Tony didn't tell me to say something.
Oh God. Oh God. I
So
asked a question, sir. I asked a question. Now
no,
it's up
you
to
said
you how
let's
you
start
chose
some
it.
shit. You said
Yeah.
Well,
I thought
yeah, I
that's the way
did.
you started it.
I did.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
no,
Okay.
you're right.
Yeah, let's start
Yeah, no.
some shit. Let's start some shit. So motherfucking big fat cat, whatever the fuck his name is, get off your knees and stop
Well,
sucking Haynes King.
let's hold. Let's not get disrespectful like that, Nick. Come on now,
My
we ain't
fault,
doing that.
my fault.
Yeah. We
Yeah,
don't
but
do that.
he could slander me and my name, but it's all right.
Well, Nick. This is my show over here,
Yeah,
so
I got
I
you.
don't got nothing to do.
I'm my fault,
Okay,
Tone.
okay.
My fault,
It's all
my
good.
fault. You said we
It's
could
all
state
good.
names. My fault.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm with you because I saw the show that he put out about Haynes King, telling people in the chat to put the crown on and this and that.
Yeah.
F Bryce and
Yeah.
So yeah, 95 the roar. Yeah,
Yeah, he a
that's
sellout.
definitely one I would definitely call that one out.
Yeah, he a sellout.
Yeah, I agree with Will. Goat and the crew over there, they definitely gonna be on it. Yeah, yeah, definitely. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So can I just say this? I know. So just by us saying that, right? It's a loud minority. I just want
yeah.
I want us to know that as a fan base.
Oh shit.
He coming down. God dang.
Poppy, what's going on?
Oh Lord.
Popping, what's going on, brother? If you saying something, you on mute.
Hey, Poppin. Hey, Poppin. I come in peace, man. I come in peace.
Don't be
Nah.
Oh God, I don't know. He'll come on. He'll come on when I don't know what he got going on right now.
Hey,
But yeah, man, yeah.
hey, Tony.
That's
I'm gonna have to drop off. I'll be back in like maybe 20 minutes.
okay. All right.
I ain't scared of Poppin. It just happened that way. That's all.
I mean, it's gonna seem like you're running, Will, but I get
I
it.
know.
Get it.
Hey, I know. It sounds like I'm ducking the smoke. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But hey,
Yeah.
I'll be back in about 20 minutes though.
All right.
Yeah. Bye.
Let's see.
Oh God.
Poppin', what's going on? Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Poppin' can't hear me.
Maybe he's I don't know, the audio has been weird on
Okay.
StreamYard lately, man. The audio has been real weird on StreamYard lately.
But yeah, man, this is one reason why I think it's important for Carolina to go down and score, whether it's 6 points or 3 points. You know, I just think that they need to put some type of points on the board. Now, and it's not just for their own psyche. You know what I'm saying? But just showing that under Brad Isaac and his play calling that they're able to move the chains, the communication, the command, the communication between Brad Isaac and Bryce, the command that Bryce needs to be able to show. And if those two things work together, if they're in sync, then I think it bodes well for the offense as a whole when we're talking about moving the ball downfield, being in scoring position, and whether you come away from 3 or 6, I think we will. Let me just say, from my opinion, I think we would have seen what I need to see. I don't know about anybody else, but what I need to see, that we will be okay, or that it looks that we'll be okay. Papa, can you hear me now? Can you connect? Papa. Hey Nick, turn your volume down a little bit because I hear echo on your side whenever I talk. Okay, Papa still not able to connect. He's still not able to come through. So let me ask you this question, Nick. So you know how good Josh Allen is at extending plays, and I think you mentioned it earlier about the secondary, you know, as far as open field tackling. Do you think Carolina will be able to stay connected as a defense, meaning honoring their rush lanes and being where they need to be when Josh Allen extends a play?
Um, I would, you know, when you're defending a guy like Josh Allen. Wait, you could hear me real quick, right, Tone? Just want to make sure.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. You know, gap discipline, it matters when you play a guy like Josh Allen, right? You got to stay disciplined to your gap. The question is, you know, obviously, like you just alluded to, what happens when he gets out of the pocket? Um, I mean, you know, Josh Allen is a supremely talented quarterback. We just got to play QB contain, don't overcommit. But at the same
Yeah,
time, it is preseason, right? So if you want to try something out, you know, a couple exotic blitzes, you know, things of that nature, I'm all for it. That's what I love the preseason for. You know, you could try things in preseason to see how it goes, and if you like it, you know, keep trying it, keep doing it.
yeah.
But as far as Josh Allen, man, you know, contain, and gap discipline. Those are the two things I would stress.
Hey, let me call out Charlie the Gamer. He ain't got his own podcast, but you definitely will hear his mouth if Bryce don't go down if the Carolina don't go down the field and score on that first drive. He is waiting. I don't know if it's patiently, but he is ready to crown his guy Haynes King. I know. Monday morning when I go live, he will probably be one of the first people on the panel tooting his horn for Haynes King. So yeah, Charlie Gamer, I'm shouting you out, giving you your props, because he is a Haynes King fan. He's the first one that said that Haynes King was gonna do exactly what he did Thursday. So props to him. But he will jump out the car Monday with no helmet on, doing 85 down the highway if Bryce if Bryce don't score or Carolina don't score Saturday. Yeah, shout out Charlie the Gamer, my guy.
But there's a difference in that, right, Tone? There's a
Yeah,
difference in that.
yeah,
Haynes King played a whole second half, right? A whole second half, mind you, against second and third stringers. Bryce is going to play the starters of the Bills, and he's gonna play probably only 2 drives tops. He's probably gonna play 2 drives with the offense. That's it. So if he doesn't score, of course people are gonna overreact. Oh, Bryce didn't score in the preseason. Bah. Miss me with that bullshit, bro. Put Haynes King out there with the starters. Let's see how he looks. Let's see how he looks.
yeah. And
Shit's
Reality B said
annoying.
Howard alone will yell Haynes King. That's fact. Howard will be another one. Let Carolina go down and get some points on the board. Matter of fact, I don't even think he care about no 3. Let them not get 6. Let Bryce not score against Buffalo. Yes, Howard will definitely be on their neck. And here's another one right here. Here's another one right here. 363 Mafia. He would definitely be on the Bryce hate train come Monday. They probably won't even make it to Monday. You'll probably hear them Saturday night or Sunday morning. He said, "This is how great Haynes King is. We still talking about him. Yeah, we ain't talking about him in no good way, like you think 336. But yeah, whatever you say, my guy." All right, Nick. This question you've already answered it. Especially about the problems that Carolina had last year. So what about this year? Do you think the Panthers will be able to tackle Buffalo starters in space?
I would hope so. I mean, they got some good yak guys. Shakir. They added DJ Moore, so like these guys are good after the catch. Um, but I got faith in our guys. I would assume, and hope that guys cleaned up some of
Mm-hmm.
those um common mistakes like missing an open field tackle, and
Yeah.
we get better from it. You know,
Hold
small
hold
things like
hold
that,
hold
right,
your
Tone?
hold your hold
You know the game. You know the game very well. It could be something. So you could have good
yeah.
coverage. You could have gap discipline, but if you're not making tackles, you're gonna struggle.
Yeah. Hold that thought.
Yes,
Hold
sir.
that thought right there. Mike Darko YT said I wouldn't slander Big Cat. He's got much bigger following than y'all been listening to him for 5 years.
Yeah. All
Okay.
right. The same
Well,
guy who pissed his
hold on.
pants on
Nick,
live, right?
Nick,
It's my
Nick,
fault.
Nick, shut up. Hold on, man.
My fault.
Mike Darko. Yeah, one thing I don't do, I'm not slandering the man at all. I don't know Big Cat from a pan of cake, a pan of paint. I'm just stating out the obvious. If you are a fan of his and you've been watching, he's one of the podcasters out there that don't like Bryce and he loves Hank King. So there's nothing wrong with stating the obvious. I think that's actually pretty factual. And he would agree. So yeah. Um, this is my podcast. I haven't slandered him any kind of way, and I'm not going to allow nobody on my show to slander him in any kind of way. So if anybody want to run and tell Big Cat that, feel free, be my guest. It's not a problem with me. So yeah, that's yeah, that's where I'm at with it right there. So, it is what it is. Go ahead, Nick. Finish what you're saying.
Um, no, I was done saying what I said. You said you just wanted to address that.
Yeah, okay.
He doesn't have the
All
biggest
right.
following either, though. But that's a whole other topic.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna get into that back and forth or whatever.
Hmm.
Like I said,
Hmm.
I don't know the man. I'm not slandering him. I'm just stating what he has stated on his own podcast, and I don't think he would disagree with what I said. He don't like Bryce, and he would much prefer Haynes King. I
Of
mean,
course, you don't like
that is what
Bryce.
it is. Yeah.
Of course, you don't like
So,
Bryce.
um, so what conclusion should Carolina refuse to draw from a limited preseason sample? Meaning, don't don't for people to not get too excited about, or not to be down about if something don't happen that they think should happen, or if they go out there and do exceptionally, well, or do better than what is expected. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. What conclusion should Carolina refuse to draw from a limited preseason sample, Nick?
My fault, Tony. I didn't hear what you said. I saw Charlie call me a OG flip flop. But anyways, what was the question? OG.
What conclusion should Carolina refuse to draw from a limited preseason sample?
Um, I think like what you just said, not to overreact. These guys aren't going to have a big sample size. It's not about, fans are getting it twisted the wrong way, right? Like, oh, Bryce needs to score touchdowns in the preseason. I think it's more about making sure we're executing, we're getting to the line of scrimmage, Bryce is making his reads, things of that nature. Like, we don't need to, like, Rome wasn't built in a day, right? Like, you can't just
Mm-hmm.
expect them to come out in preseason and just keep putting up touchdowns every, because I know Panther fans. Bryce could have 5 preseason drives, right? If he scores a touchdown on 2 of them, they're gonna say, "Oh, should have been 4, should have been 5." Like, it's never gonna be good enough. It's never gonna be good enough. But I just saw Jordan Love yesterday go 3 of 5 for 18 yards. They pulled him. But we're not hearing Packer fans go, "Oh, they should play Will Skyler, whatever the hell his name is, or whatever, whoever they got over there." You know what I mean? It's just it's always with the Panthers community. It's always with Bryce. They love to see Bryce. They love to see Bryce stink. They want to see Bryce stink. It is what it is. It's the preseason, right, Tone? We've been watching football a long time. I'm not going to get caught up in debating some of these schmucks out here who don't really understand football. There's levels to this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And some of these fans don't notice. They don't. That's why they're clapping their ass cheeks for Haynes King over a Hall of Fame game. When in reality, you look back at the Hall of Fame game the last 5 to 7 years, like I stated earlier, it's a glorified third stringer game. Third stringers playing that game. Fourth stringers, guys who are fringe practice squad players playing that game. Not fringe 53, fringe practice squad guys playing that game. Okay? So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get so caught up in, oh, Bryce didn't score enough touchdowns. I want to see Bryce command the offense. I want to see them execute. I want to see, you know, Bryce be able to audible at the line of scrimmage. Things of that. Little things. That's what the preseason's about. The little things. You want to clean up and execute the little things. That way, when the regular season starts, the little things are cleaned up. You got it all out the way.
Right. Right.
But maybe I'm wrong, so maybe I don't know what I'm talking about.
No, I mean, hey, it's your opinion, Nick. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody has an opinion. You know what I'm saying?
But that's not an
And
opinion, Tone. The honest truth is that's a fact, what I just said. These people are so enamored with Bryce got to score touchdowns. Like, sure, okay, yeah. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, if he's throwing interceptions and stuff, I won't be worried. Of course I'll be worried, but I'm also not going to put a whole bunch of stock into them not scoring a lot of touchdowns, especially when we're going to get 10 to 20 plays. You know what I mean? We heard Canales say the
Yeah,
offensive guys are going to get 10 to 20 plays. That could be 2
right.
drives.
That's a fact. Yeah, it could. He could be. I mean, yeah, it could be. But like I said, from all the good things that we've been hearing about in practice and training camp this year, you would like for them to be able to go down and show it, in on the first drive against Buffalo. Even like you said, even though we know it's going to be vanilla play calling, we are going to see some plays that we haven't seen before because Brad Isaac is putting his own spin on the playbook instead of just calling it exactly how Dave Canales have it dialed up in the past. So we know he got his own little wrinkles. There's some things that he preferred to do on first and second down. There's some formations that he would prefer to run out of or pass out of. Like it's gonna be some different things that we see. And just because we see something different as we did Thursday in the Hall of Fame game, don't think that offense wasn't vanilla just because it was something that you hadn't seen thus far. A different play caller is going to put his own spin on it and do things a little bit different than the previous play caller. And hopefully he learns what to do better than what the previous play caller did before him. So, like I said, I commend Brad Isaac on what I saw Thursday in the Hall of Fame game, and this for him too is something that he can build on going into Saturday's game against Buffalo, right? Because he has a lot to prove because he's a rookie at doing this, especially calling in games that matters. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Nick.
Yes, sir. I do.
Yeah. All right. So look, we've been here almost 2 hours now. The QR code is at the top right. Please scan the QR code and show some love to the channel. Trying to reach my daily goal of $25. That is my daily goal. Not trying to pay rent or car note. Just 25 little dollars. There's 85 people watching amongst 2 channels right now. Show love to the channel, man. Especially if you loving the conversation and the vibes and the energy that Morning Kickoff with Unbiased Opinion has brought to you this morning. There's also a pinned link in the YouTube chat on my page. It should be pinned at the top. You can click on that. It does take you to PayPal. All right. It does take you to PayPal. You do not have to have a PayPal account. I know there was a couple people that was worried about that. You do not have to actually have a PayPal account. Just whip out your old trusty debit card and just donate whatever your heart's desire, and make sure you let me know in the chat that you did so I can properly shout you out this morning. Okay, I greatly
Mike
appreciate
Platt.
that.
Mike Platt, pull up, dog.
All right, Mike Platt ain't gonna pull up. Hey, turn your radio down, Nick, because I can hear myself.
How about now?
All right. Yeah, I don't know if I think you're good now.
Okay, bet.
I think you're good. Okay. So we're gonna mosey right on along into my next segment. All right. So the backfield test is collective. But mute your mic for me, Nick. Mute your mic. The backfield test is collective. Monroe Freeling's test is personal. Buffalo gives Carolina a chance to see whether its rookie right tackle can protect Bryce Young without being hitting from an honest evaluation. All right. So the facts first, Carolina selected Freeling with the 19th overall pick. He initially competed at left tackle before Taylor Moton's blood clot diagnosis shifted Freeling to right tackle with the first team offense. Canales said Freeling has worked with offensive line coach Joe Gilbert on the technical transition and has held his own against Panthers edge rushers in one-on-one work. Greg Rousseau is operating from a stand-up edge role in Buffalo's defense. He has recently produced run stop, sacks, and pressure in camp work. Lewis will not play. Hunt has been managed because of his back, and Carolina has used multiple guards beside Freeling during camp. Freeling is learning the opposite side while protecting Carolina's starting quarterback. The position switch changes his stance, set angle, punch timing, his balance, and recovery mechanics. Carolina has two responsibilities: protect Young during a limited preseason appearance and get real evidence about whether Freeling is prepared to remain at right tackle. So, Nick, my question to you is, should Carolina help Monroe Freeling against Greg Rousseau to protect Bryce Young, or isolate the rookie enough to get an honest evaluation of his new right tackle? What
I would
say you?
say a combo of both. I would leave him one on one early to see
Mm-hmm.
how he handles himself. You know what I mean? To see like if he's gonna need help. Um, but Greg Russo isn't that great of a pass rusher. His specialty is run defense. So I have complete faith in Monroe Freeland uh, taking care of him in the pass rush game.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Um, yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that's genuinely how I would leave him one on one, maybe the first two reps, see how he reacts. If he's holding his own, be like, we don't got to send Owen over there. He's doing all right. If he's blowing stuff up, now we don't want to get Bryce hurt. Even though a lot of these Panther fans want to see Bryce get hurt, but yeah, that's how I'd approach it. I'd leave him one on one early, see how he reacts, and then go from there.
You know what? I was going back and forth with that, but I kind of have to agree with you on that. I have to kind of agree with you on that because I did say, at the beginning of training camp, especially when, after the first couple of practices, and it seemed like he was getting beat and things like that. I was like, that's all good. It's just training camp. He just
It's
switched
rookie.
from one side to the other that he hasn't played in almost 2 years, because his last 18 games started has been a left tackle. So I would rather him struggle right now in training camp and preseason in hopes to get him ready by week one. You know what I'm saying? Like, throw the
Mhm.
kitchen sink at him. You know what I'm saying? Throw him out there in the deep end and see how well or how fast he can learn how to swim. I
Mhm.
don't think you should baby him or anything like that. But also, don't be foolish enough to leave him 101 and you see he getting his head beat in just to prove a point. If you need to put a tight end on his side, for some chip blocks, or get a running back, with a chip block or some extra help, then do so. But I think you should go, put him in 101 situations and see what he can and what he can't handle. So yeah,
Absolutely.
I agree with you on that, Nick. I like the way you put that. And shout out to Charlie the Gamer for the $5 super chat. He said, "Can't wait till the Panther Nation Civil War comes to an end. We need a king to unite the states under under one banner." Hey, shout out to Charlie the Gamer Man for the $5 super chat. I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that. Hey, Nick, what do you think about Charlie the Gamer's comment real quick? Can we unite under one banner? Can Haynes King in the Panthers National Civil War, as Charlie the Gamer puts it?
Tone, is this a trick question, Tone?
Hey, no, I
What we doing, homie?
I mean, hey, I'm a man of equal opportunity, right?
Yeah, me too.
I don't I don't pick one side or the other. You know what I'm saying? The man brought forth a comment, so I'm posing as a question to you. Because since
Yes.
you're the only one on the panel,
So
Nick, you got it.
here's how I'd answer it, Tone. Bryce Young is going into his fourth year, third year with Dave Canales. He's due for a contract extension. Now, historically, if we
Yeah.
look back historically, quarterbacks in this situation tend to have their best year this year in their fourth year, i.e. Daniel Jones, he got his contract, i.e. Tua Tagovailoa, he got his contract, blah, blah, blah. The list goes on. I can go back even further in history. Point is this. If Bryce does not do well, because I'm prepared for both sides. I'm prepared for if he does well and if he doesn't do well, because in life you got to be prepared for anything. If Bryce doesn't do well, I
Right.
will not be sitting here saying Haynes King screamed today. No, I'm going to be saying Darian Mensah. I'm going to be a normal person, right? I'm going to be saying Dante Moore or Arch Manning or something like that. I'm not going to be saying Haynes King, undrafted free agent from Georgia Tech, you know, is going to be our savior. And I know Panther fans are losing their minds because they saw Dan Orlovsky probably say it when he said, "Oh, he looks like a young Brock Purdy." I knew Panther fans were going to run wild with that. Oh, Lord. And you see it now, Tone. I feel like ever
Mm-hmm.
since Orlovsky came out the day after the Hall of Fame game and said what he said about Haynes King, all these Panther fans, they probably didn't even know what they were watching with Haynes King. They're just going off what Orlovsky said and comparing him to a young Brock
Yeah.
Purdy and just running with it. You know what I
Right.
mean? But they
Hey,
won't talk about the wide open touchdown to Jimmy Horn that, he should have made with his left hand. He was wide open. But that's a starting.
hey,
I'm supposed to
S.
believe he's a
Hold
starting
on, Nick.
caliber
Hold on one
quarterback in the
second.
league. Yes, sorry.
Hold on one second. SC, check your WhatsApp, man. Check your WhatsApp, SC. Go ahead, Nick. Go
Sure.
ahead,
I
Nick.
mean, people want to
Yeah.
say, you can hear me, Tone?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
People want to say, yeah, Bryce should have more competition. I am a firm believer in having competition in all rooms. However, I'm a realist, right? When you draft a guy number one overall, when you sell the farm like you did, you are going to give that guy every opportunity to succeed before you make a final decision. Why? Because you sold a lot for him. You made a huge investment in him. You're not going to make a huge investment and then after a year or two just be like, just toss it away. Because we just saw Bryce is, whether the Bryce haters want to acknowledge it or not, Tone, he has gotten better every single year. And people like to allude, oh, how many wins does he have through his first 3 seasons? Blah, 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 blah. And you know what my counter to that is? People hate when I do
Yeah.
this. And I will continue doing it. Why? Because one, I'm right, and two, people hate it. How did Peyton Manning look his rookie year?
Horrible.
How did Troy Aikman look his rookie year? Troy Aikman went 0-11 with 8
Yeah.
touchdowns and 19 interceptions his rookie year. The Cowboys drafted him number one overall out of Troy University. Peyton Manning threw 29 interceptions
Out of
his rookie year.
UCLA.
Oh, yeah, sorry, out
UCLA.
of UCLA. Yep. Peyton Manning in 2002, in his 5th NFL season, got 41 zeroed to the Jets in the playoffs. I remember watching this game. 41
Yeah.
nothing with Edgerrin James, with Marvin Harrison. So I just like to remind people, you can't just, and this is the same thing, like people like to say I've been rough on Excel, and I have been rough on Excel, but you know what? Like, I'm rough on Excel because I know he can do better, right? But I also can't be a hypocrite. I've told people to be patient with Bryce. I have to be patient with Excel. And honestly, the patience is starting to pay off a little. He's looking real good, Tone, the last couple practices. I don't know what it is. He looks more fluid in his route running. He has more sideline awareness. Listen, let's just hope. But let's just hope because no funny shit, Tone. He can unlock a little chapter to this offense if he starts popping. But Tone, it's like quarterbacks need Bryce. People hate to say it. I don't count his rookie year. I don't. You want to know why? Because you got guys. First off, you have coaches backstabbing other coaches. How is any quarterback going to succeed under that? It's only ignorant football fans who don't understand what happens with a football organization that just expect a quarterback to bring a team to the promised land or to win or to look great when you got coaches backstabbing each other and there's a quote Hunger Games mentality and you got the coach who
Yeah.
didn't even want Bryce and he's hiring his buddies instead of hiring the best candidate, which ironically David Tepper warned Frank Reich about this. He said, you think it's the best idea to hire your friends instead of getting the best guy? But that's also another topic for another day. But, our quarterback Tone was supposed to look unbelievable, his rookie year with that mentality in the coaching environment with more than half the targets he had aren't even in the league anymore. Hayden Hurst
Yeah.
retired. Jonathan Mingo's basically retired. Terrace Marshall's basically retired. Adam Thielen's retired, and DJ Chark has been nothing since he left us. He has like one
Okay.
catch since he left us. So, but our quarterback was supposed to look good in his rookie year, and then his second year, Derek Brown goes down, and we have historically the worst defense in NFL history. But Bryce has to, he has to be Tom Brady in his second year with a Deontay Johnson who we picked up that flopped, and Adam Thielen getting hurt, and there's still no, but it is what it is, Tone. It is
Yeah.
what it is, Tone.
What's going on? 336. What's happening?
What's up, Tony? What up, Nick?
What up,
Th-
336?
Yeah, I can't
Hey,
call it,
man.
man. What's on your mind?
This is why history is important because it can get revised, right? So this
Mm-hmm.
Hunger Games
What do
mentality,
we
well,
who are we talking about?
all of this. So the Hunger Games mentality didn't start until after things completely collapsed on the field. It wasn't Bryce Young coming into a Hunger Games mentality where coaches were stabbing
That's
each
not
other in
true.
the back.
Chris Tabor was okay.
Hold on,
I'll let
hold
you
on,
finish.
Nick. Hold
Yeah,
on.
I'll let you finish.
Go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead, 336.
Right. And as far as who we had to play with, that's who you have to play with when you come in. Like
Mm-hmm.
especially as the number one pick, you're supposed to go to a worse team than what he came to. Right. So there's a good chance that, if he was picked number one to the team who was actually number one, he probably will look worse than what he did coming to Carolina. Right. So
Mm.
yeah, just a couple things. So
Well,
Go ahead, Nick. What you got?
from what I'm reading, it says reports on the Carolina Panthers described a dysfunctional Hunger Games internal culture long under owner David Tepper, long tenured assistants like special teams coordinator Chris Tabor and offensive line coach James Campen had, quote, direct lines to ownership, leading to factions, undercutting, and a backstabbing environment that contributed to the firings of Frank Reich and other coaches. Here's the other kicker. Tabor and Campen were retained from Matt Rule's staff that was influenced by David Tepper. Now,
right.
now, David Tepper clearly has gone through some growing pains, and I think the Hunger Games thing, because clearly he had Campen and
I
Tabor
remember
as his
that article.
moles. He has them.
I
He
remember
had them
that.
as his moles. Those were his
Right.
moles,
Right.
and that's why after Rule got fired, he told Frank Reich, "Nope, you got to bring these guys back." Why? Because he wanted to keep an eye on Frank Reich. Now, when clearly Wynn got out that was happening, and the rest is history. But how does that benefit our franchise quarterback and our team, right? Why is it that
Mm-hmm.
ironically after 2024, after 2023, I mean, we get Dave Canales and Dan Morgan in, and all of a sudden, instead of us being in the red as far as trajectory, all of a sudden we're in the green. We're ascending after
We
one
weren't
season.
though.
I would assume so. We went from 2 wins to 5 wins with the worst defense in NFL history. I would classify that as an improvement.
Saying that we improved by 3 games is one thing, but that's not
But
the
but
whole story.
I mean, typically when you get a new coach and a GM, the first year is a transition period. That's why I'm trying to tell, I got a couple Dolphin fans up here in Northeast, and I'm trying to explain to them, I'm like, listen, man, you're going through a transition period right now. You're basically what the Panthers were 2 years ago when we got Canales. You're going through uh the time where you're trying to set a foundation and set a culture. Um, but I feel I can't find anything 336 that says when the Hunger Games shit started. So if you
Well, I
could,
know I know that in the very beginning things looked good. All through training camp, all through practice, there was nothing going on up until week one. When everybody hit the field week one and shit looked terrible, that's when things started crashing around here.
but don't you also think 336 that Frank Reich made a mistake by hiring his friends instead of getting the best candidates?
Well, those guys aren't his friends. He actually did exactly what he was asked to do.
No, Deuce
Thomas
Staley,
Brown.
Josh
Thomas
Yeah.
Brown
McCown, those
wasn't
are
his
like his
friend.
close friends.
Well,
Thomas Brown wasn't his
his
friend.
hold on 3 3. Hold on. His the a few of his initial hires were out, you could say, quote unquote, out of the box, not his friends type of
Right.
hires. But then he did bring in Deuce Staley,
Mhm.
Josh McCown,
Right.
guys that he had previous relationships with or worked with. So I think there was a little mixture of both.
It
You know what
is.
I'm saying? Everybody wasn't his friends, but he did bring some people from the outside, and then he did add some pieces of people that he did work with
Right.
in between. Go ahead,
Right. And I
three
think
three
that's how you
six.
build your coaching staff. And I think almost every coaching staff is built that way. Head coach and guys surrounding him that he knows, typically guys that he's worked with in the past, be it a subordinate or not. I'm pretty sure that's how all of these staffs are built. Just like Daryl Bevel being brought here, just like Brad Isaac being brought here. These are all guys that Dave Canales has worked with in the past. Yeah, I think every coaching staff does that. It's actually a little strange to work
Yeah,
with guys
that's
that you
facts.
haven't worked with before. I think that's a
Now
little
that's
bit more
facts
No,
too.
difficult.
working with and hiring your friends are two different things. You know what I mean? Like
Well,
having a chemistry
well,
and comfortability and like your genuine friends. That you know.
but I think what 336 is saying though, when you talking about quote unquote hiring your friends, people that you have established a working relationship with, that you have worked with in the past. So say if me and 336 were the coach of the New York Jets and we was on the same staff for 3 years, that don't mean we're genuine good friends or the best of friends, but we do have a working relationship. So if one of us got hired and remembered the other, in that relationship, and you want to bring that person on to work with you, I think that's what he meant by that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's understandable. I definitely feel what you're saying. Yeah, and
Mhm.
there's a thin line between friendship and business, business friendship too. You know what I mean? So I feel what y'all saying.
Yeah. So
Because
back
obviously,
to
someone you
Monroe.
work with for years, that's gonna end up becoming your friend at some point. You know what I mean? More times than not.
Yeah. So back to Monroe Freeling, 336. Now that you are here, I greatly appreciate you, my brother.
Oh yeah.
Um, and I know you was probably in the chat when I read this question, so I just ask it to you again. Now, should Carolina help Monroe Freeling against Greg Rousseau to protect Bryce Young, or isolate the rookie enough to get an honest evaluation of his new right tackle?
I'd like to see a little mixture of both. See how you handle it one on one, and send help when needed. You got to get a beat on what you got with, especially your O lineman. You kind of want to get a beat on what you got
Right,
in live action, just to see where they are, and especially a guy
right.
that's going to be playing your tackle positions. You really want to get a look on them on the edge. So yeah, I'm all for it. Send some help when needed. Don't let him just get beat up over there, but
Right.
give him his opportunity to stand his own and really see what he's got.
1,000% agree. I agree with you wholeheartedly. That was my saying too. Because listen, he was a first round pick, and if anybody knows me and have been listening to me over the years, um, I truly, I truly believe with your first 2 or 3 picks, you should draft somebody that you look at as a potential, that has the potential to be a starter for you day one.
Yeah.
And when you go in the first round at pick 19, you know, to me, you should be looked at as somebody that should be able to come in and start day one. Now he's going to go through his rough moments. He's gonna get beat, all that. That's why I said during the preseason and during the preseason training camp. I'm sorry, during training camp and preseason games, throw the kitchen sink at him. You know what I'm saying? Throw him in the deep end and see how quick he can learn how to swim. You know what I'm saying? So when reports came out the first 2 or 3 days of training camp that he was getting beaten this and that, I was like, so? You know what I'm saying? It's to be expected. You know what I'm saying? Because if you baby him and then he go out there week one against the Bears and face someone like Montez Sweat, and them boys, it's gonna be a rough day for him. So yeah, give him all he can handle right now. Show him all the tools in the toolbox. Show him what he can expect come week 1, and I think that will help better prepare him to be ready when week comes along. So, 336, I'll go to you with this question first. So given everything that we said about him and the fact that we're not sure who's going to be the starting right guard beside him, how important do you think it is for him to be able to execute the stunts and slides and B gap communication cleanly?
Ooh, um, just to be real with you, Tony, I don't know how well he's going to do with that. Just starting off, right off the top, NFL defenses can be kind of tricky, and you can see things
Mm-hmm.
and get called. You can get protections called out that may not be exactly what you need for that moment based on what the defense is doing. So it can kind of be kind of tricky for him. It's going to be interesting to see how he deals with that. Um, but yeah, it's going to be an important part for him to learn because, like I said, this is going to be a tricky transition for him. So yeah, I think
Right.
it's very important. Yeah, it's very important.
What about you, Nick? What you got?
Um, I agree in the sense that what 336 said, like as far as with the stunts and stuff, like, this is the NFL now, right? Like it's different when you in practice. Like, yeah, they got helmets on, it feels more real, but the one-on-one drills is different from the live game action, as we all know, right? Because of things like stunts, and you
Right.
have to be more prepared, and guys, you got guys hovering over you and showing blitz, and then they can fall back, blah 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 blah. How he deals with the stunts, being next to a guy like Robert Hunt, who's a vet, who may be able to, point these things out to him, get him ready. Um, Look, man, I'll just put it to y'all like this about Monroe Freeling. What
Yeah.
position in the NFL have we seen first round picks come into the league and excel at immediately? It's the offensive line. I mean, we can go back from Zach Martin, who was first team All Pro as a rookie. Then you go to Quentin Nelson, first team All Pro as a rookie. Then you had guys like Rashawn Slater
Mm-hmm.
and Joe Alt, who just came in the league and they were All Pros as rookies. We've seen
Right.
rookie offensive linemen come into the league and become dominant right away. This kid has all the goods. His footwork is impeccable. He is great in the run game. If he becomes a pretty solid pass blocker, he is going to be a special offensive lineman because you can't he's so nimble at his feet, bro. For 6'7", 330, whatever he is, he's so agile. It's incredible
Yeah.
how well he
Yeah, he
moves.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
he is.
it's all about translation when you look into from college to the NFL. How will the game translate? If I see an offensive lineman is quick on his feet and he's great in the run game, and when he gets to the second level, he is a powerhouse monster. Those things typically translate at the next level. I mean, granted, his run blocking is his calling card. It's better than his pass blocking, but I
Mm-hmm.
know I ain't the only one who saw that rep yesterday against Jalen Phillips. He had him
Yeah, I
locked
seen
up.
it.
He won't
I
let
seen it.
him out. He had him clamped, and that was
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah, he had a few good reps against Jalen Phillips. But like I said, man, this is training camp. This is a time for him to learn. This is a time for him to take his lumps. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yep.
Get him comfortable. Show him everything you got in your toolbox as a defensive line. You know what I'm saying? Make sure he's going up against your best each and every day. Iron sharpens iron, So like I said, when week 1 come around, he's ready to roll out and do his thing. That's what you want to see. That's what you hope to see. Especially I know for me, that's what I hope to see because I had high praise for him. I still have high praise for him, and I can't wait to see how this plays out for Monroe Freeling going forward. I know Dave Canales said he wanted him to be in the competition with Rasheed Walker at the left tackle spot, but for reasons that was out of his control, the situation that happened to Taylor Moton, he got kicked over to the right side. So now, you gotta go do your thing. And I think this would bode well for him later on. Say next year. He may play so well at the right tackle spot that you might want to keep him there. You know what I'm saying? You might want to keep him there. You might
You
want
never
to
know. That's a fact.
you might want to resign Rasheed Walker, depending on how well he played. Or
You never
you may
know.
go
That's a
and
fact
draft,
too.
or you may
Talk
go
to him,
draft another
Tony.
left tackle. I mean, there's so many endless possibilities. So I just want to see him play good, whether it was the left side or the right side, because I think he has that kind of talent to be a starting tackle in this league. That's what I got from him when I scouted him, back in January. So yeah, that's where I
But
stand when
Tone,
it comes.
piggyback off what you said, right? We saw Penei Sewell play left tackle in college, who was great, and he played right tackle when he came to the league and translated fine. We saw the same thing with Joe Alt. Joe Alt was a left tackle, and then the Chargers drafted him.
Right,
They moved him to right tackle, and it worked
right.
out fine.
Well, Penei Sewell was the same way.
Yep, both of them.
Detroit
So
did Penei Sewell the same way. He just moving back to left
they
tackle now.
exactly now they're moving him back to left tackle. Yep.
Yeah.
Tony, that would be a blessing for him to take that right tackle position going forward.
Yeah.
That would be a real blessing if he could just seamlessly fit that, and we could just insert him and just be able to move on from Taylor Moton. That would be a blessing for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Like I said, because Taylor Moton is going to be not 9 times out of 10, Taylor Moton is going to be a cap casualty next year. I think he counts like $28 million against the salary cap next year, or dead cap. I can't remember which one, but it's going to cost a lot of money if you want to keep Taylor Moton. We know he's up there in age. If Monroe Freeling can come here and establish himself on the right side, now Carolina gets cheaper for the next 4 or 5 years.
There it is.
Younger. You know what I'm saying? All that is going to play a factor in whether you keep Taylor Moton for another year. Whether he might even retire. You know what I'm saying? We never know.
I don't know
But
exactly.
let him hold down that right side like I expect him to, or like I hope he will. Then there's gonna be a lot of questions this off season that needs to be answered. And then what you do with Icky when he comes back. I think Icky personally is better at guard than he is at tackle.
I
If
agree.
that's the case, which one of those guards do you move off of? Is
Robert
it Damian
Hunt.
Lewis or is it Robert Hunt? You know what I'm saying?
Hunt. Yep.
Robert Hunt? Okay.
Yeah, you keep D. Lou.
Hey, yeah. So there's questions that's going to need to be answered, and Monroe Freeling has the opportunity right now. He has the opportunity to generate that much pressure on the front office to make decisions that they probably didn't think they were going to have to make come the end of this season. And I think that's a good problem to have.
Hey,
What
Tony,
what you think? Yeah, go ahead.
You think Taylor Moton has had a Hall of Fame career?
No. What okay, let me what you well, you said Hall of Fame career, so there ain't no other way around that.
Yeah, just straight up and down.
Hall of God damn.
I got a hot take, Tone, and 336.
Hold on,
Yeah.
hold on, Nick. Hold on. Yeah, you can go next. Hold on.
Rock out, homie.
Yeah, that's a good question. 336. I mean, because he is what you would consider the epitome of an Iron Man, right?
Yep.
I think lately, just the past 2 years, he started to start breaking down a little. I think prior to this year, this past year, I think he had only missed 5 games in his whole career.
If
You
that.
know what I'm saying? He has been a starting right tackle for us since his rookie year coming out of Western Michigan. Like nobody knew who he was coming out of Western Michigan. I know I didn't. And I wasn't even scouting offensive linemen way back then. I wasn't scouting nobody way back then. But yeah, I don't think nobody really knew who he was coming out of Western Michigan when he did. And for him to hold down the right side, this is year 13, 12 or 13 or something like that. Yeah.
No,
I don't know. I don't know because I never really understood how they really look at all pros. Well, yes, I do. Yes, I do. And the fact that he has not made a Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
He has not made a Pro Bowl not one time in his career. I think that is what's going to hinder him. Because outside of that, like what else can you gauge it on? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Go ahead, Nick. What
that's
you got?
fair.
What hot take you got?
That's fair to say. I mean, I was gonna say if he had a Super Bowl, he might have had a chance because of his play. Obviously, I think he's been a really underrated offensive lineman for his career. But yeah, to your point, Tone. Yeah, no Pro Bowls, no All Pros. Yeah, that hinders his chances. He's in the Hall of Very Good. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, yeah, there's a lot
Now
of those guys.
I could definitely see him being in the Panthers Ring of Honor one day.
Yes,
Now
that
that
will
I could see.
1000% happen.
Yeah, I definitely could see that. I would be totally surprised if he's not.
One could
Yeah, I would be
argue
totally surprised.
he's probably the second best. He's in the top 3 offensive linemen in our history. If you want, however you want to rate Gross,
Yeah.
Khalil, and him, that's cool with me. But
I will put them in that order.
yeah, yep,
I will put them in that order.
yep.
Go ahead, Nick. What's your hot take?
No, that was gonna be my hot take, but you shut it down when you reminded me he had no Pro Bowls or no All Pros. Yeah, he ain't getting in no
Oh,
Hall of Fame.
okay.
Yeah, he ain't getting in no Hall of Fame, bro. He ain't getting in no Hall of Fame.
Okay.
It's kind of like
Tico, hit the link, dog.
it's kind of like it's kind of like this. This is how I look at it. 336. Like, is Jamal Charles a Hall of Famer? Everyone thinks Jamal Charles was a great running back, but is he a Hall of Famer? No. You know what I mean? There's so many of those guys who were so good for so long that still aren't Hall of Famers. That is a credit to what great you got to be just to get in. You know what I mean? There's so many guys.
Right.
Like Torrey Holt still hasn't been in the Hall of Fame, which is like what? Like how?
Which is crazy.
Crazy to me.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Crazy to
Yeah.
me. Not even Jerry Rice has 6 straight seasons of 1,300 yards. He's the only guy in NFL history to have 6 straight 1,300-yard seasons. And he's still not in the Hall of Fame. Wild.
T Cole, my brother, what's going on, man? What's popping?
What it do? What it do? What's happening, fellas?
What up, T. Cole?
Can't call it.
Yeah.
Hey, Nick, who was you just talking about?
Torrey Holt,
Taylor
bro. Like
Moton.
how he isn't in the Hall of Fame, dog.
Torrey Holt.
Oh, yeah. I got another one for you, Fred Taylor.
Just basically going by like how hard it really is to get in the Hall of Fame. Like there's some great players who
Fred
haven't made the
Taylor.
Hall of Fame.
What you think about Fred Taylor, Nick?
Fred Taylor, another one. I said Jamal Charles, another. You know, there's so many guys, man. Corey Dillon was another nasty running back. You know what I mean? Who was?
Yeah, but I don't think he's a Hall. I don't think he's a Hall of Famer though.
No.
I wouldn't say Corey Dillon is a Hall of
Famer. Yeah, they those guys. It was a few guys that flashed for like maybe 3 years. 3 or 4 at max. That ain't gonna get you in.
But here's the thing with Corey Dillon. Corey Dillon's one of 4 players in NFL history to get 1,000 yards his first 6 NFL seasons, and then that's not even counting his New England years as well, where he went crazy in New England.
Yeah, I know exactly what you said.
Yeah,
that's wild, Nick. 6 straight 1,000-yard seasons
to start his
wild,
NFL
bro.
career, bro. One of 4 people to only ever. Walter Payton didn't even do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's some guys, man. Like they like, is he maybe not, but like there's a case you can make for it. You know what I mean?
I mean,
But
you could definitely make an argument. I mean, like us as fans, I mean, yeah, you definitely got people out there that feel like those guys are worthy of the Hall of Fame. But if you pull out the Hall of Fame voting criteria, if you rank them
yeah,
based on running backs that are currently in the Hall of Fame right now, where would they fall in that pecking order? You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
that's
That
absolutely
that
fair to
that
say.
that's gonna weigh a loss. And
Hmm.
people want to say Pro Bowls and Super Bowls and stuff like that don't matter. They crazy as hell.
I mean, yeah,
Like
did y'all just hear
what
that hot take LaShawn McCoy said? He said Ben Roethlisberger isn't a Hall of Famer because he has no All Pros. Think about that. First off, that's a
yeah,
wild take.
No,
yeah.
no, yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. The Pro Bowl is like you got some cats get in the Pro Bowl for the popularity because they the best player. Like not because of the stats. So like when you have Hall of Fame type players, of course they're gonna have Pro Bowls on their resume because they're Hall of Famers.
Yep.
But what I'm
Mhm.
saying is like a borderline Hall of Famer, a person that we're even asking if they are a Hall of Famer, the Pro Bowls ain't gonna help them get them in. They have to be all pros.
Yep.
Like the Pro Bowl
Yeah,
wouldn't be the deciding factor. Super Bowls now, yeah,
right.
that too. I mean, Super Bowls, that means you was on the winning team, which means you probably made more Pro Bowls. And that was another thing
I'm
that hurt
glad
Tyler
I'm
Moton
glad you
too,
said
because he
that.
didn't win a lot.
Yep.
I'm glad you said that, Tico. I know William Robinson is listening to you right there. And you said that all pros is more important than the Pro Bowls, right?
Oh
I'm
yeah,
just,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
just to strengthen my argument when when it comes for us to
Hey,
debate. Yeah.
Bro, being a second
Um.
team All Pro is holds more weight to me than a Pro Bowl, let
Yeah.
alone
Yeah.
first team All Pro. Just be even second team All Pro. That means you're top 4 at your position essentially. That's how the
Mm-hmm.
media and that's how they view you as. You know what I mean?
but
So
Nick,
like,
hey,
But
Nick, I would give
hold on.
quarterbacks
Go
from.
ahead. Go ahead. 336. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'd give quarterbacks from that era a little bit of grace, just based on the competition that they had to play against at times. That was a
Mm-hmm.
heavy, like that was a real serious quarterback era that being played in.
absolutely.
Like it's not easy to be an All Pro or Pro Bowler in that era, bro. That's the reason why I
Oh,
give a
for
lot of those
quarterbacks,
guys
I
credit.
agree,
Yeah,
1,000%. I mean, Drew Brees only has one first team All Pro. Like that's
right.
crazy.
That was a real
Brady
quarterback
only got
era right there.
3. Y'all know Aaron Rodgers has more first team All Pros than Tom Brady. Tom Brady
I
only
didn't
got
know that.
3. Tom Brady got 3
I
first
didn't
team All
know
Pros.
that.
Rodgers
Yeah,
has 4. Peyton
it
Manning
ain't
has
many
5 or 6.
it ain't many spots up there for the QB.
Yep.
You
Yep. Yep.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At least receiver you get 2. Running backs you get 2, I think.
Yep.
But yeah.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you pointing that out, T Cole, my brother. You just have put so much cement in the shoes of William Tip Drill Robinson that I can't thank you enough,
Nah,
my brother.
don't you put T Cole in that. I'm just speaking my truth. If it
Yeah,
happened to help
and
you
I
out, if it
appreciate it.
happened to help you out along the way, then hey,
Yeah, yeah. Because I will be using it. Ain't no doubt about it. I will be using it.
And
But but
Tony
real
said, "Don't worry
quick,
about it. Keep talking. Just
right?
keep talking."
yeah. But real quick, we were talking about Monroe Freeling. You know, the
To
rookie that we drafted out of Georgia.
Morgan
You know
Freeman,
that what you call him?
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan,
Oh
you
yeah.
stupid. Why you call him? Wait a minute, I'm missing the joke. Why you call him Morgan Freeman?
That dude, Kid One, made a mistake and called him Morgan Freeman, bro. And he
Bro,
didn't even know how
no
funny. He
way.
Oh,
didn't even know how funny
I
it
can't
sounded.
lie.
Like You know how Unc be
Oh
messing people name
wow.
up, but the shit be funny.
Yeah.
So we roll with it.
Yeah.
Shit, one call that man Morgan Freeman, but he was really like he really made a mistake. He won't play.
Bro, that's hysterical. I just thought you said Morgan Freeman because like the name Monroe Freeling, Morgan Freeman, like you
Yeah,
know
see,
what I
that's
mean?
what
Like
we
they,
was thinking he was
yeah.
doing. That's what we thought he was doing. We were like, oh, that's good shit right
That's
there, kid.
crazy.
Nah, he
He
clearly like
genuine.
fucked up. You know, he genuinely fucked that shit up. Like, I'm
That's
like,
hysterical. Bro, really believed it.
Hey, but that's crazy because Jalen Phillips, one day on CJ Pod, I called Jalen Phillips Jason Phillips, and I kept doing it. So I was like, you know what?
That's
I'm just gonna call him
Jadakiss.
JJ.
yeah,
I said we're just gonna call him
That's
JJ
Jadakiss.
Jalen Jason Phillips. Yeah,
J to the moi.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But real quick, back on topic here about Monroe Freeling,
Yes,
aka
sir.
Morgan Freeman. Him being the right tackle, and you know, I don't know if you overheard the conversation that me, Nick, and 336 was having. How do you feel about him being at the right tackle position, and do you feel like Carolina should give him help in this game against Buffalo, or just let him play 1-on-1 and see what you got so you can get a proper evaluation on it?
Yeah, they're gonna get a proper evaluation, especially if we count on him to be out there week 1 and beyond. So I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. I agree with pretty much everything that Nick and 336 had to say about him being beside Big 50. And you know, him already knowing the playbook, him talking to Joe Gilbert on the Zoom calls and already knowing our terminologies and, you know what I'm saying, showing that kind of, you know, self-awareness. And so as far as, you know, the tackles coming into the league, hitting the ground running, I agree with that. His attributes, the length, the athletic ability, his hand placement is already better than Icky's. His extension. Icky do that short arm stuff where like he bend his elbows and instead of punching the defensive end and pushing him out, extending his arms. I don't know why I don't know if they coaching him to do that, if he just can't get right or whatever. But
He can't.
that's one of my pet peeves with Icky.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because I've been trying to explain that to some people, not anyone on, you know, in the chat, on, you know, on the podcast, but just being in some of the rooms I be in, you know, when
Right.
people evaluate offensive linemen, and I said, well, the difference that I noticed between Icky and other offensive linemen is because Icky has such a broad chest. When it looks like he's extending his arms, it doesn't look like it's coming from his side. It looks like his elbows is out and he's extending, which creates it makes your extension look wider than it normally should be. You know what I mean? Like you got some offensive linemen who may not be as broad chested or have big shoulders like he do, and it, you know, don't look like he walking around looking like the Hulk. But it does hinder you when you're trying to get a full extension, and how, you know, closely together that extension is when you talking about bringing your hands, whether you shooting your hands or, you know, whether you trying to
the punch.
you know, lock
lock them out.
punching. Right, exactly. It affects the extension, and if you don't have long arms anyway, that's really going to hinder you. Monroe Freeling got very long arms. I think that boy got like 35, 36-inch arms. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So he definitely got the extension to keep a defensive lineman, an edge rusher off of him. He definitely got the arm length to do that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the same concept with the D lineman. You ain't supposed to let the guard or the center get up in your chest.
Exactly.
That's why they tell you to shoot your hand.
Exactly.
So when you have short arms, what do you use? Footwork more so?
Yeah, you gotta have the
Well,
footwork. You
so
definitely gotta have the footwork and technique. As far as like,
so
go ahead, Tony.
no, go ahead, Tico. Go ahead, finish what you're saying. My bad.
Oh no, I was just saying definitely gotta have the footwork because you gotta compensate for that length. So your kick slide, you might have to kick slide a little bit sooner or kick slide a little bit more to move over into position where other people could just reach and lean to push you past, the quarterback spot. You might have to take an extra step, an extra slide or extra shuffle over to compensate for those arms. So yeah, that's pretty much how that goes.
So I've learned over the past 2 years, especially for offensive lineman that has short arms. So there's two things. You either got the kick slide or they call a kick step. So your kick slide is like when you kick and you're going backwards. It looks like you're going at a 90-degree angle, but it's more like a 75, 80-degree angle, right? A kick step is more like a 45-degree angle. With your kick step, you want to kick out as fast as you can, 3 steps, and set yourself and absorb the defensive end. But because what you're doing when you kick step instead of kick sliding, you are cutting off the route to the quarterback to the defensive end. So instead of him getting like 5 or 6 steps before you make contact, he get maybe 2 to 3 steps. That makes sense? 3-3-6.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it. Okay.
Yeah. Will Campbell, if you remember in the Super Bowl, the left tackle for the New England Patriots, the way he was getting beat and brutalized, they talked about that. And I'm trying to remember the offensive lineman that told me about that. He used to play in the league. Yeah, I can't remember right off the top of my head, but he told me the difference between the kick slide or a kick step, and especially for someone that has shorter arms, you
Mm-hmm.
want to slide slide to your landmark quickly to give you about 3 steps, set yourself, then shoot your hands. Don't allow and wait for the defensive end to get into your body, and you don't want to allow him to build up momentum or build up steam that he can go from speed to power on you real quick. So yeah, you can have short arms. There's just a different way to combat edge rushers as opposed to someone say like Monroe Freeling who has long arms. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Tico.
that kick step will help. That kick step will help you protect that inside move too. Because sometimes that kicks, like you said, that kick slide, you sliding and then he hit you with that bop bop and hit you with that spin or that rip underneath. You know what I'm saying? Because you done slid too far or overextended on your slide. So that kick step also helps you against that inside move. You just got to have a good post and a good
Right.
anchor.
You gotta
Like
get to that landmark.
yeah,
You gotta
you
get to
got
that
to have a
landmark
good
and drop anchor.
anchor. Exactly. That's the post step. You see the drill they be doing with the medicine ball, where they stepping forward as a kick in the post. They move back, that's the kick. When they move forward, that's the post. You got to drop that anchor.
See, Tico, you didn't think I knew that, did you?
Oh nah, you already told me that you what you do with the lineman now and how you get down there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I already know you probably got a little bit more knowledge about that than me.
Tony, what did you play? What position?
I played
did you
running
play?
back. I played running back.
I thought this whole time I've been thinking you was a lineman because of the way you've been doing this lineman and evaluations. Okay.
Nah,
And
I got into.
You caught me off guard
Go
the other
ahead.
day because you said you ran a 4.46. I said, God damn. And I was like,
Tony.
I said he couldn't have been no lineman. He couldn't have been.
Tony
Yeah.
ran at NFL speed.
Coming out of high school, 5'7", 185 pounds, ran a 4.46, 40, and a 10.600.
Oh, so
Yeah, I
you were
was
one of
sliding.
them
So when
cats.
you started going, you was going.
You trending
Yeah.
holiday.
Yeah. I was about to say.
Jeff
T.
Demps.
Cole. He got faster after his 40.
Nah, ain't that damn fast.
He ain't even.
Them dudes had world class speed.
Hey,
Yeah, that's high
4.46,
school.
Tony.
That's
That's
high
no
school
joke right
though.
there.
That's high school though, bro.
Yeah.
You won't even finish developing by then.
Exactly. I was about to say
Nah.
you could have gotten into the low 4.4s by the end of college.
4.3 probably.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
high school.
I
You weren't running like
I
that in
never
high
know.
school.
I ran a 4.61
Yeah.
in high school. I
Yeah,
thought
that's
that
what
was
I'm.
fast.
That's what I'm saying. I was in the 4.6s, 4.5 in high school, but when I got to Hampton, I was 4.4, 4.5. You know,
Yeah.
once you get on
Y'all-
that program in college and start jacking that steel,
Yup.
Yeah.
Getting legitimate workout schedules. That shit pays
what?
off.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Because we ain't
Yeah.
had no program in high school. I mean, we were strong as shit, but as far as like the program with the schools that had all that money, them big schools like Charlotte, like Independence, like I played when Chris Leak was playing. Chris Leak still got the 15,000 yards. He's still number one in the state.
Hey, listen, hey. So you hold up. You with the Independence, Tico?
No, I'm Mideastern for
Okay.
Goldsboro,
Okay.
Wilmington, Kinston, like that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Who's the best player y'all
So-
played against in
so-
high school?
So
After
so
my fault.
hold on, Nick. Hold on, Nick. Fun fact, because I'm from Wilmington, North Carolina, right? That's where I was born. Fun fact: the summer of my 10th grade year, before. So what happened was we moved to Charlotte in '85, right? And
Okay.
I was visiting my dad that summer. Quick story. I was visiting my dad. You know, him and my mom going through whatever. And I decided I wanted to stay because I was already working out with the team. I was gonna go to Hargett, John T. Hargett that year, right? And we have they have a jamboree every year. Jamboree is at Memorial Stadium in Wilmington, and I had made the team, was second string, and we had a jamboree that game. It was us, Wilson Fike, Wallace Rose Hill. Who else? It was 14. It was the fourth team. I can't remember. It was us, Wilson Fike, Wallace Rose Hill, and somebody else. But yeah, we played in the jamboree that night. So I would have went into the season as a second string running back, but my mom had to change the plans. I ended up coming back to Charlotte. That's how I ended up at Garinger. That's why I went to high school. That's where I graduated from at Garinger. So yeah, I know about the whole Chris Leak era. When they had Muhammad Massaquoi, Joe Cox, what's his name? The boy that played safety and then transferred, went to South Point and played with Jadavion Clowney and Stephon Gilmore that year. I think it was a South Point first or second year as a high school. They won a state championship. I think he's the head coach right now at South Point, but he plays safety back on that team. Yeah. I remember the boys won 7 straight state championships at Independence. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yes, sir.
crazy.
Who's the best
man.
player y'all played against in high school and / played with?
Shoot, I played against Crumpler, Algie
Shit,
Crumpler,
Algie Crumpler?
Algie Crumpler.
That's
Zach.
tough.
You know Zach Thomas.
What?
Natron Holloman, that's his name. Yeah, Mo
Natron Holloman. Yeah,
Yo, Zach Thomas
No,
was
not Natron Holloman. I think his name Devontae Holloman. He's the head coach at South Point now. Yeah, that played at Independence back then.
And
T. Cole,
Peppers,
can I ask you a question?
Natron Means was the best player that we played against. He went to Central Cabarrus.
Ooh,
Yep.
he played against Natron.
Hey, T. Cole, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
When you watch Zach Thomas, was it like when you left that game, were you able to tell he would become what he would become or not?
Not right then. Cause
Not right there?
He
Okay.
was so small.
Yep. Hakeem Nicks. Yep.
Hakeem Nicks, Julius Peppers.
Yes, sir.
Julius Peppers played for Southern Nash.
Yeah, Southern Nash. Yep. Sure
What was
did.
Julius Peppers like in high school? What
Tailback,
the
cuz.
I don't.
Tailback, Nick.
tailback? Imagine trying to
Yeah.
tackle that. Fuck out of here.
I never saw him play in high school because I was before Julius Peppers, but he was all the rage when it came to high school football in the state of North Carolina. Like
Basketball too.
Yep.
you heard about Julius. I mean, you heard about Julius Peppers every single week. He
Julius
was winning an
Peppers.
award for something every week.
Julius Peppers is the only guy, and he's probably going to remain the only guy in sports history to play in a Super Bowl and play in the NCAA Final Four. I don't think we're ever going to see that
Yep.
again.
Hey,
I don't think
listen,
that's
and
ever going to
people
happen
don't,
again.
and people don't remember how good Julius Pepper was on the
As a
basketball
basketball
court.
player, exactly. He was nasty.
They think he just had size. No, Julius Pepper
Nah.
got work.
Yeah,
He give you
he
that
was a
crazy
dog.
work.
An
Yeah, he was a
incredible
dog.
Yeah.
athlete, bro. One of the
Yeah.
most incredible athletes I've ever seen in my life.
That's a
To
fact.
be so
That's a
fluent
fact.
in both
Yeah.
sports, bro, it's incredible.
Yeah.
Bro, he did high jump, long jump, was third leg on the 4x1.
Third leg. He was
Yes,
third leg.
third.
Jeez,
Listen,
bro.
The curve.
Nick,
Yeah, that's what I'm
Imagine-
saying.
What-
What? That's insane.
listen. That man, he did everything except play quarterback at Southern Nash. Everything. That dude was a
Yeah,
dog,
freak
man.
athlete, bro. Freak
Julius
athlete.
Pepper was probably.
Does he have any
honestly,
sons?
I cannot think of any high school player in North Carolina history that had a better decorated career than he did outside of quarterback.
Right.
Outside of quarterback, I can't think of anybody else that was like Julius Peppers coming out of high school, dog. That dude was a man amongst boys, for real.
Hey, real quick question, because maybe I came on a little late, Tone, because I know you're about to end it. This whole Chuba Hubbard thing. Can I get one take off on this? I
Yeah.
want to run this by y'all.
Yeah.
Let me know how y'all feel about this. Obviously, with a hamstring, you can't rush that, right? You can't rush that. The early buy is a blessing for us this year. I think personally, we might see if, and this is obviously a big if Chuba's hamstring isn't healing properly, if he's not ready for week 1, I would do a heavy dose of Jonathon Brooks, Etienne, and Dillon and sit Hubbard and then bring him back fresh after the bye. That way you could, you get Brooks acclimated, you break him in essentially, pause, but with Dillon and Etienne, obviously with a mix, you're not just running Brooks to the ground. Then when after the bye, you bring Chuba back, you minimize Brooks's carries because you want to prolong his season, and then we go from there.
Yeah.
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 No problem with it.
yeah.
I would start Dillon. That's just me, though.
Yeah, I think
You would start. Hold on. Oh, wait. Go ahead. 336. Why would you start AJ Dillon?
If Chuba's going to be out for, the first few weeks of the season, first things first, Dillon has the most experience at the position. I think you got him on a cheap deal, so if something happens, I mean, it is what it is. It's no big loss there. And I think that you have more security in the position versus starting Brooks or Etienne. But that's just me.
Yeah.
And I think you'll get the production out of it too, if he's healthy as well.
Yeah, see, that's what I wanted to say as well, because they ain't confident in ETN's pass blocking.
Not at all.
And I think that's I think Dave Canella said that's one of the reasons why he ain't really been on the field as far as pass protection.
Oh,
they ain't really
what? He
giving.
did say that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And AJ Dillon is an excellent pass blocker. So if they try, I would lean on the side with AJ. But if they don't want to give Brooks the workload right away, then I can see AJ coming out there being the starter or just getting more carries and more time than ETN. Basically, what I'm saying.
I think the preseason is going to tell a lot.
Hold on, Nick. Hold on.
Yep.
Damo says your fault, T. Cole. He can't pass block.
it ain't Momo.
Go ahead, Nick.
I was just gonna say, I think the preseason will tell a lot, like how Brooks looks. You know what I mean? Like if he looks real
Yeah.
good, yeah, I'd start him. But if he doesn't look that good, I'd be inclined to agree with 336 as far as like if Brooks isn't looking too hot, um, you know, you could start Dillon. You could start Dillon because he is a guy who has had games where he played as a starter.
Yeah,
He's done
and,
that.
and he's like
He looked pretty
Yeah.
good
and he's a three
in the
down
Hall of
back.
Fame. He looked spry. He looked like he was moving.
Yeah, he healthy now. Nick. He
Okay.
won't
Yeah,
healthy in
he was
Philly.
moving real well.
That neck, it take you a while to come back from that. I think he had something wrong with his neck.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, so real quick, let me go back to Monroe Freeling for this last question in 336. I'm gonna start with you, and then Nick, you can go. What would a successful, realistic evaluation look like against Buffalo for Monroe Freeling?
A successful evaluation of him. You mean
Mm-hmm.
like what he did, like his performance, or like are you saying like what? Tell me
Just
tell me what
his
you're asking.
if you were just looking at the game and looking for him specifically, what would be a realistic, successful evaluation of him? Because this is one reason why I love evaluating offensive linemen, because then it doesn't matter about whether they scored a touchdown, how many yards they ran, or anything. It's probably one of the easiest evaluations when it comes to evaluating a player. So I mean, you could look at an offensive lineman and tell, does his stand look correctly? Is he using proper hand usage? How is he handling 1-on-1? Is he picking up stunts? Is he protecting the B gap? Is he communicating with the guard? Things like that. So if you just looking at that one particular player and you were evaluating him, what would be a successful, realistic evaluation for him against Buffalo?
Good thing it's a preseason game. I think he needs, yeah. I think he needs to know where he's supposed to be and be there on time. You want to
Mhm.
see, you want to see him be able to handle, like I said, the pressure of an NFL defensive end one on one and get the slight help when needed. Um, you're gonna want to check his footwork, make sure he's keeping up, make sure he's in place. Uh, like T. Cole said, you want to keep an eye on his hand placement. Um, pass pro, pass pro, yeah, pass pro. Definitely gonna want to see how he's
Mhm.
doing in pass pro to see if he's handling his business. Make sure you ain't just getting Bryce killed back there because we've seen plenty of that. But yeah,
Right.
overall, I would just say basically just keep an eye on where he is and what it's supposed to be, and make sure he's in the right spot just for this week alone. Being in the correct place, handling your business one on one, I think that's good enough for week one to me.
Okay, Nick, what you got, Nick?
Yeah. Like I said before, like the pass protection stuff. That's really it. I know he's going to be great in the run game. How he deals with stunts, things of that nature. How he's going to deal with actually getting live action, because like we said before, one-on-one drills, yeah, even though you have helmet and pads on, is different than a joint practice, is different than an actual live game. So to see how he'll react to these things in live time, and Greg Rousseau will be a solid test for him. Um, to be honest, first play of the game offensively, I'm gonna be watching him. Like all eyes are gonna be on Monroe Freeland, probably the first drive, in my opinion. And as far as I'm concerned, like from my point of view, like I'm gonna watch him the whole first drive to see how he
Right.
reacts. But yeah, that's about it. I mean, the run game is, we know he can move and he has light feet. So
Yeah. Okay. Well, what you got, Tico?
Yeah, I wanted to see how he settles in, and definitely pass pro, like everyone's saying. Ain't too much worried about the run game. Um, as long as he can hit his landmarks and pretty good with his combos, because we run a lot of duo.
Right.
So, but that's more so the guard that's working up to the linebacker. But
Right.
but sometimes depending on the formation, uh, if he has a tight end outside of him, then their responsibilities may change. But
Right.
it's basically gonna be pass pro for me. Like his like 336 said, like his landmarks. Is he oversetting? Is he undersetting? Is he extending his arms? Is he pushing them past, the quarterback point, the quarterback landmark, drop back point?
Yeah. Is
Um,
he dropping is he dropping anchor properly? Is he getting his chest over his knees too much?
right. All that.
Okay. Well, shit, cool. I'm like Nick. I'll probably be watching. I know I'm going to be watching Monroe Freeling, and I'm going to be watching Jonathon Brooks. Those are my two guys that I'm going to be watching offensively this game. I think Jonathon Brooks is going to be on a lot of people's radar, on a lot of people's mind come tomorrow, especially if you're a Panther fans. Because we want to know what we have in Jonathon Brooks. Now, tomorrow is not going to be the end all be all because it's not going to tell you everything, but it's going to give you hopefully a better glimpse and a better understanding what could possibly be going forward, right? Because like it is just his first game in over a year and a half. It's his first preseason game this year. So I'm not going to put all my eggs in one basket based off of one game, but it should be a good starting point about where you want to be going forward. All right. So were you going to say something, Nick? I saw you come off mute.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Well, we're about to get up out of here, y'all. I greatly appreciate everybody joining me today. Nick Tri-State, T Cole, 336, Howard, Will Robinson, Popping Bullets. Hey, greatly appreciate all you guys hitting the panel today. Reality Beats, Howard, and Charlie the Gamer. Thank you for the super chats. I greatly appreciate that. That will go back into helping the channel. SC Panther Boy, shout out to you for hitting me with the PayPal gift. That as well will go back into improving the channel as well. And everyone that's out there listening, thank you for tuning in. I hope you are getting valuable information each and every day with Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk. I'm here Monday through Friday. I may go live tomorrow. I haven't made up my mind yet. But I may go live tomorrow. I ain't never streamed no game. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to do that and not get butchered by YouTube. So I may or may not do that tomorrow. I
That's
might
a
just
simple
want to.
fix, Tone. You just
Yeah.
gotta put like a little, get like.
Nick, hold on, Nick. Stay behind backstage and tell me about it. All right.
I got you.
So Carolina's plan changed when Chuba Hubbard felt his hamstring grab. Now Brooks, Etienne, and Dillon must preserve the responsibilities attached to the backfield. The defense must stay structurally sound when Allen Sten plays. Freeling must protect the right side without being hidden from an honest evaluation. The final score will matter less than whether Carolina's next options can keep the football structure alive when the original plan changes. All right. Hey, if you enjoyed the conversation, hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe to Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk. A little thing that I learned, you can click the avatar for Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk. Here, I'm gonna drop something. I think this is a link, but you can click the avatar right beside Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk, and it will automatically take you to my page, and you can subscribe there if you haven't already. Okay, I would greatly appreciate it. Share the show with Panther fans. I'm trying to reach Panther fans that don't know about Unbiased Opinion Sports Talk. So I would greatly appreciate that. And as always, we're gonna keep the debate respectful. Keep the football facts first. And as always, everyone, keep pounding.